I don't want to jump into the whole politics all crazy right away, because I know our last dude, our last one we went a little bit with a little right away.
Yeah. Oh no, dude. Let me tell you. Even though I do pay attention to that a lot more than I should. That's. I really don't like talking about it, to be honest. But there's so much going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like shit.
It's hard. It's hard not to talk about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like shit. And but definitely for example, let's jump right into it. Like Mike Bloomberg, for example, it's like, are you kidding me? You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, when I think about how he's like an all of a sudden Manchurian candidate. You know what I mean? Like he just basically came into the scene. I mean, you've been having like the how do you say, the caucuses and the Democratic, nominees, debating since last year. And then all of a sudden he comes in, like when it's starting to get hot. You know what I mean? And then
money.
And on top of that, he's coming in as soon as Bernie Sanders is starting to get hot. You know what I'm saying? Now you're starting to realize what's really going on in the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? The Democratic establishment, no different from fucking, the Republicans and conservatives. And honestly, this is my belief. You know what I mean? It's a conspiracy, but if you think about it, dots are there to be connected. He's coming in because Bernie's gaining some real traction, more than 2016 if you think about it. I got my button over here.
You think more?
What is right here, right here, bro.
Oh, Bernie Sanders. Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders 2020. But
feel the burn, baby.
like I was saying, you know what I mean? Like once you started to see just how much support he's getting, and it's starting to get hot. You know what I mean? And now it's starting to make the Democratic establishment show their true colors because, pretty much it's like, oh shit, we really don't want this guy. We're just pretending to have him as a legitimate candidate, but we really don't want him to be the guy. But he's getting so much support, you can't deny him. And it's obvious, you know what I mean? And now you're starting to see, the Democratic establishment throw everything and the kitchen sink just to undermine him, you know what I mean? And it's like, fuck, he's basically Trump, before he got hot with the Republican Party, you know what I mean?
See, the only thing is, I would say, the DNC showed their colors already the first time go. Like when the whole, it was Donna Brazil came out and said like they're fucking Bernie.
Absolutely,
they're cheating them out. This. Well, Bernie showed, for me, he showed his color. For me, it's all a scam. They're all into it, right?
Yeah.
The blue and the red make a fucking purple. They're all into it, right? Because when it could have been easy for Bernie to come out and start a third party that time. That's what I kind of lost hope. Because when he robbed, he could have easily said, "Hey, I'm starting a third party. It's obvious they robbed me. Like, here's the proof." Because they had proof. Like, fucking, she wrote a whole fucking book about it.
Yeah.
How they're jacking him.
Absolutely.
So, and then he kind of cops out, and then he says, "I'm going to support Hillary." Talking
for
all
sure.
That shit.
For sure.
And then you're going to come around this time of year, and then you're probably right. He probably is getting a lot more support than he was.
And honestly, it's like, if you think about it, he's doing that shit on purpose because he wants you to see exactly how the game is played. Because he wants to throw that monkey wrench into that Democratic, the Democratic process or Democratic Party process, just to kind of show you what the fuck is up. You know what I mean? Obviously, he can't run as a Republican, so
well, you could easily take that independent. Well, not anymore. That whole independent thing, I think that's
true. But I think it's just that two-party paradigm is so strong. You know what I mean? Yeah. That it's like that would be much more extra work, and the Democratic Party already has that platform for him to, you know what I mean?
Think
about it, Tulsi and even Andrew Yang, you know what I mean? Even though they're like,
see, Andrew Yang, I like Tulsi. Tulsi would be my number one candidate to go in. Andrew Yang, I like him because he's coming from a whole different aspect, not even being a politician, right? He's coming as like some genius fuck, right?
Yeah, no. Honestly, bro, like he's foretelling what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah. I like the whole AI fucking. You're gonna take over everything.
This shit's going to happen whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, fuck, and he's like trying to like wake people up. It's like, dude, you know what I mean? Like, this is eventually what we're going to be looking at, because if you want us to live in a capitalist society where people are spending, but people have no jobs, like, we got to put money in their pockets so that way we can keep, the economy. It's like the stimulus back when
the stimulus package.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's basically that's what it's going to be, and it's funny because one of my friends put me onto him, my boy James, and he was like, I really like this Andrew Yang. And I was like, took a look at him. I was like, you know what? His time is not now, but his time is going to be somewhere down the line. And he's young.
Yeah.
The next election.
I think he's the youngest one.
Like, for sure, within the next 5 years, when fucking automation really takes place and it becomes obvious, you know what I mean? That's where people are gonna be like, you know what?
He was right.
He was talking about this, you know what I mean? And that's when he's gonna be able to come in. I think Bernie's this is my opinion. Bernie's the man for this time because we need him. You know what I'm saying? We need to tighten up the screws in our political process. And, basically we're at the precipice of, we're no longer living in a democratic society or democratic, government. It's becoming an oligarchy. Where basically big corporations and big money are.
Yeah, it's crony capitalism.
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
Your boys are winning.
And it's like we need to make sure that the government represents the people. You know what I mean? And so that's why I think Bernie's the man for now. And then maybe Andrew Yang for sure. The next 4 years. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be his time. I think his time is going to be, the next election.
Yeah, definitely. Because even now he has some good ideas. One of them that it really stands out to me that I've been saying it for a while about how he says that all cops should have a purple belt in jiu-jitsu.
Oh,
and that's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, for sure.
That's because I've been saying that all cops should be trained in some form of martial arts.
Yeah.
Whether it be boxing, fucking.
Yeah, because it'll save lives.
Wrestling.
For sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It'll get you because I think a lot of the time the police brutality comes from the fact that a lot of these cops, one, the training kind of sucks, right?
Yeah.
You're only getting like 6 months of training, I think 9 months at the max, and then you're thrown out there in the wolves. It's pretty much you fucking learn. So now and you're getting a badge and a gun, and then on top of that, the dude that has his gun and the badge, there's never been punched. They've never been in a situation where they're on the floor and you're like, fuck, what do I do now? The first thing I'm going to do is grab my gun. So once you get put in the situation where you take a boxing class or at jiu-jitsu is probably the smarter way to go.
Most effective.
Because you don't want fucking cops to be over there fucking getting some brain damage either.
No, for sure. Right? Like you want to give them an ability to where they can use other means of, apprehension instead of just fucking
boom right away.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think especially too being in jiu-jitsu, you're in a high stake game already where you're about to get choked out, so your heart's racing. Because that shit's, I mean, even on a regular routine traffic stop, right? Cop pulls you over, their heart's already racing. They're already fucking. They're
it's a tense
they're on
situation.
10 already. You know what I mean? So then. Dude comes out swinging or something, boom, first reaction is fucking shoot.
Yeah.
But if you've already been kind of in that situation where, well, I could tell when someone's going to punch me. I could tell. Because you start, when you practice the martial arts and all that, you start to pick up hints. You were talking about boxing earlier, right? How you used to do the boxing, all the boxing training. So once you're getting in a fight, you could tell when someone's about to swing at you. You can see their hands tense.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can see the way they pivot,
absolutely.
the way, the shoulder goes back. You can see everything happening. So as a cop, that's probably like the best thing to have.
For sure.
To be aware now, like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
what
body
happened?
language.
And then just start shooting and shit.
Yeah, body language, for sure. Yeah, no,
so
I agree with you.
That's a brilliant idea to be.
I mean, it's in the military. You know what I'm saying? So why not have it in, in PDs? My thing is, it's just, I think there needs to be, some sort of overhaul in terms of, you got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people think that I'm anti-cop, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not anti-cop just because I believe there's something wrong, That doesn't mean that I'm totally against them. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I'm from the east side, and I've experienced some shady ass shit. I used to get pulled over for no reason, no fucking reason, right? Just because I was young, driving a Lexus, with tinted windows and stuff like that. And I had a hat on. I get pulled over, and right away, they would give me some stupid excuse like, we pulled you over because your car matched the description to a stolen vehicle, and you just want to make sure everything checks out. Sure, that's cool. I didn't know my rights. I didn't know that, what they were doing is kind of illegal, but you mind if we search your car? Sure. Let's go out. I've got nothing to hide, right? And it's crazy, because they would cuff me and everything, you know what I mean? And I'm sitting on the sidewalk watching them, and they're fucking, they're going in the glove compartment, fucking making a mess in my car, you know what I mean? Taking the back seats, pulling them down, making a complete mess and leaving it there. And then like smirking and laughing, I'm like, these motherfuckers right here, bruh, they're bored. You know what I mean? Like they're fucking bored.
Yeah, you're gonna get always. It's like any profession, you're gonna get the douche anybody, right? You're gonna you're gonna get the McDonald's workers that spits in your fucking burger, and then you're gonna get the cop that does fucking.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
stupid shit.
I've experienced that. I was like, man, this is like. I'm like, dude, these guys are just fucking probably bored, just want to pick on me. That's what I felt. Yeah. And now when I'm older, I tend to realize, you know what I mean? Like everybody's human, you know what I mean? But I do believe that, that kind of behavior is rampant in PDs across America. And, look, if you want to do yourself a favor, you know what I mean? You want to make sure that these, cops are conducting themselves in a professional manner. No, I do understand there's certain situations where, they got to use force. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, there's times where, somebody complained about somebody getting shot, and I'm like, well, I don't blame the freaking, the cop, because think about it. This guy was, waving a gun, or he was shooting back. You know what I mean? Like, what are they supposed to do? I don't believe in completely tying their hands, tying their hands behind their back.
Yeah.
But let's just train them with better real world situations where they can make, I guess, how do you say, they can make the right decision, or at least the right decisions are being made.
Yeah.
With a higher percentage. Instead of because it's pretty obvious. There's some videos you see, like Eric Garner, for example. Like, come on now, do you really have to apprehend the guy? He's selling a cigarette. You know what I mean? And I blame more the laws of New York for that murder than the cops.
Yeah.
Because at
which
the
a lot
end
of
the day,
times that's what it falls down to. A lot of times is the fact that, like, what is it, stand your ground rule. It's always
yeah, and think about it. That's a Bloomberg fucking, that's a Bloomberg law right there.
Yeah.
That's targeting minorities. You know what I mean?
The frisk and search.
Frisk and search. Exactly.
Yeah, you get a lot. You get the same shit.
Like,
so it plays into it. It's a cycle. So
exactly. It's like, but my thing is like, okay, like, guys like to hustle, loosey cigarettes, in the corners, and it's like, how many times I've sold a cigarette fucking downtown, I was smoking a cigarette. Oh, dude, I'll give you $1. Can I get a cigarette? No problem. Yeah. That's not a big deal. You just committed
a crime, motherfucker.
In the state of New York, that's you can go to jail for that. So it's like those are like draconian type laws, that are unnecessary, I think. And it's like, okay, like, but if you think about it, it does have like like a little racist twist to it too, because if you think about it, most hustlers, exactly, it's minorities. And it's like I said, it's like these guys are just trying to survive, or it's an opportunity. That's essentially that's capitalism, or you're providing a service. Somebody might need a little cigarette here and there. What's $1 in a cigarette? You know what I mean? And it's like, to me, that when I thought about that, I was like, man, I understand. The cops have to, they're following the law, or there's a law that that prevents that, and they're enforcing it exactly. And it's like, okay, well, that's like a very draconian, type of law, and there's a cause and there's an effect. You know what I mean? If that law wasn't around, then he could be selling his cigarettes, and it would be no big deal. But since there's a law saying you can't sell loosies, then cops have to, they have to enforce it.
All that stuff's like for revenue. Revenue making for the city, because all this stuff is, it's not a big deal. So a lot of the time they don't really take you to jail. They give you a ticket, you get a fine. So it's just quick revenue. The same when you get quotas when people get pulled over.
Yeah,
but it's quick revenue shit that I think fucks up the whole system.
Yeah, no, for sure. But like the way they went about it too was like 5 dudes. And that guy was like choking. Eric Garner. Then
because even that chokehold it's an illegal choke. They can't use it technically. Everyone was ready.
No, absolutely. And let me tell you, like it's funny that we were talking about jiu-jitsu, because I used to go to AKA and I used to take the jiu-jitsu classes, and those rear naked chokeholds are no joke. You can get, you can go, you can pass out like that quick, you cut off your carotid. And he was holding that choke for a long ass time. And Eric Garner was saying, I can't breathe, kept saying it. And the guy kept holding him. And then he just died right there of a heart attack. And it's like, man.
And he wasn't the only one, right? There's like 4, 5, 6 cops right there with him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then all of a sudden, then when he was already dead, they were just like, you know what I mean, though? And they're trying to play it off, too, because they knew he was dead. He wasn't breathing no more. You see, one of the cops was like trying to get his vitals, and then he looked at the other guy and he's like, they playing dumb. They knew they had killed him right there. They were just like,
fucked up.
Damage control after that. And that's what I'm talking about, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. You know what I mean? Let's give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that's a big accountability.
And it's more like, even though it's a law, it can be sometimes, draconian in a sense. You know what I mean? It's like a little too far. It's not that big of a deal. What's fucking somebody selling a cigarette for $1? Who cares? You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's just the way I feel.
No, yeah, it's a good way to think about it. Because it's truth, right? Shit.
Yeah, I think that's like New York is like the only state that actually has that law. I don't know if they still have it, but not stop and frisk, but that Lucy law where you can't sell like independent cigarettes.
They don't have stop and frisk anymore too. Shit. Nah, and another thing I wanted to get to you is about a little lighter on the subject. But so you really don't think the XFL is gonna fucking work?
No, I don't, man. I don't. And it's not that I'm hating on them or nothing like that, but I look at it, and it's like, all right, I'm a fucking football fan, and we're going to talk about this too. All right. I've been a Cowboy fan for a long time, but we're going to touch subjects, all right? And I'm going to tell you my reasons, and I know you'll be like, you son of a bitch. No, but I don't know. I think about it, you know what I mean? And I'm glad that they're going a more legitimate route, because I remember back in the days, remember when those players had like fake names, like He Hate Me, and they were trying to make it more about entertainment rather than the legitimacy.
Was it the XFL?
Yeah, back in the days, remember?
Yeah, the XFL
remember when it first
one.
rolled
Yeah,
out,
the
like
original one. Yeah,
with
yeah.
the San Francisco Demons.
When they had they kept the same name, right? The San Francisco kept the same name as the San Francisco Demons.
You know, they were going to be the San Jose Demons.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I remember
San Jose
that
get no love.
they were going to play at the Spartan Stadium, but they couldn't build the fucking big old scoreboard in time. So they took it to AT&T Stadium, and it's because they already had like a big old fucking, like a jumbotron ready for it. So, but yeah, so I think that was one of the prerequisites to even have a team. So it went from San Jose to San Francisco, and they became the San Francisco Demons. I have a pretty good memory, bro. I don't even know why I remember this shit. Yeah. Oh, in the championship, I think, right? Yeah.
I didn't see because I didn't like but for that one, I didn't like that one because it felt more like a gimmick, right? It felt like like a straight gimmick. It felt like a mixture of fucking like Blitz and.
Exactly.
And like any given Sunday, right? Like they were just kind of like it just felt like a gimmick.
Yeah.
This one it's actually kind of amazing what production quality makes a difference.
I'll give it
because the ESPN
that.
They have the ESPN backing, the NFL backing behind it this time.
Yeah.
So they have the nice angles and shit. They have like they have good angles. The angles make
I'll tell you
difference. What. Editing or whatever.
This time around, I mean, think about it, bro. Trump gave fucking Vince McMahon a big ass tax cut, so now he's got all this money to create a fucking. Nah, think about it. That's just the way I think. But anyways, no, for sure, I agree.
Well, this is like bunch of the NFL's part of it.
Yeah.
What I like about it is the fact that it's going to be. This is kind of like a hub now to where if you don't make it, because a lot of these players they go to college and then right after if they don't make it to the NFL, it's a wrap. So
and the only outlet is the Canadian League.
Yeah, and no one watches Canadian League.
Exactly.
Fuck, I don't even know a Canadian team, so I can't even say an actual team, right?
For sure.
But with this one, it kind of gives another hub to be able to, or even if you don't go to college, right? If you're just a baller out here, you could try out for that team as a receiver, fucking ball out of there as a receiver, because linemen are not going to make it in the NFL. The linemen and quarterbacks, I don't think they're going to make it. Like
never say never, but it's a bigger
for the most part, right? But
sure.
I'm thinking more like linebackers, fucking corners, and safe and receivers, because your speed and shit. So if you have a place to show off your speed, those people are starting to get picked up. By the
for
NFL,
sure.
And so it's kind of a little hub for those people.
Yeah.
And then for the ones that don't make it to NFL, kind of gives them a little career to kind of fall back onto.
Absolutely, and especially now that the Arena League is no longer around. No, definitely, it gives them an extra outlet. And if some of these guys that were overlooked because of maybe politics or maybe they didn't get get
invited
the
to the
proper look
and shit. Yeah.
Now this gives them a legitimate look where they can showcase exactly what they're all about. No, for sure. And no. My thing is, I'm not saying that it won't succeed in terms of like surpass. It's not going to surpass the NFL.
Oh, fuck
I'm sorry.
No, dude,
but
the quality of play fucking sucks. Like I like it, but it's crazy how you could tell. Like you could tell, bro. Like it's amazing to me that you could significantly tell like the elite of what an elite athlete is. Right? You watch the NFL and you watch a clip of the XFL and you could just tell, bro. Like the size of the linemen, the size. Like when they went into the locker room. I told my girl, I was watching my girls next to me. I'm like, hey, none of these dudes are like intimidating. Like, I mean, they're all with my ass. Don't get me wrong. But when you go into like an NFL locker room, these motherfuckers are huge, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
like huge. And these fools look like normal dudes. You watch like
like for example, if the NFL, the center average is at least 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". If you watch the XFL, you might have one that might be 6 foot, a little undersized. But that can play though. He can play.
But he's like 5'11", listed at 6 feet.
Exactly. So, and it's like it's basically like the Rejects, bro. Remember that movie with Keanu Reeves?
That's what it is. Fucking Keanu.
But no, for sure. Like I see, the production unmistakably. Oh my bad. Like I watched a couple of the games, I'm like, oh shit, the production is actually pretty good.
And
I actually like the fact that they're playing in these small soccer stadiums. You know what I mean?
Oh, they are, right? Yeah, they are.
Yeah, like it creates like an intimate atmosphere.
Yeah, with the fans.
You know what I mean? And definitely, and the cameras are much closer. If you think about it.
Yeah,
because the stadiums are smaller.
And then the access, I like the access part where you could. What I don't like, bro, is it's kind of fucked up. So the quarterback throws an interception, and the quarterback sits on the bench, and then the reporter comes up, hey, so how does it feel to throw that interception? And he's like, oh, fuck.
Get the fuck out of my face.
That's just funny, bro. I'm like, that's so fucked up, though. Like, and then the coach is losing like 21-0, so and it's like third quarter, and they're literally like 7 minutes into the fucking quarter, like they're losing and shit. Like, so what's going on? Like, how does it feel to lose and shit? Like,
Yeah, that's like some NBA shit, right?
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
NBA does that. Hockey does that.
Yeah.
Like, a bunch
You know what's hella funny, bro? Because I love it when fucking they try to interview Greg Popovich, the fucking coach from the Spurs, and he's just like,
he had no
fucking
part
with
of it
them.
on.
He's fucking with them.
Short answer.
And then they ask him a stupid question or a rhetorical question, right? And he goes, "What do you think?" And she's like, "Well," right away, puts the pressure on the reporter. She's like, "Oh, come on, please, come on, Pop,
do that.
come on, Pop, just give me an answer, right? Don't make my job hard." He's just like fucking with them. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
But actually, that is pretty funny, and I didn't notice that too. I was like, "Shit, man!" I was like, "I don't think it's
That's
the proper
harsh.
time to ask him a question."
Yeah, I'm like, that's
well, they
fucking
just ran a
harsh.
pick six. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
shit.
straight up. So how does it feel to suck?
I was looking at this.
Pretty much.
What is this, the
But,
average?
I don't think you can read the backwards, but it's average salary
Oh yeah, so the average salary is $55,000 a week.
bi-weekly.
Oh,
so
bi-weekly.
2 weeks.
So every
55,000?
Fuck. So every
Jesus.
so every 2 weeks they make two G's.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? Shit.
That's like they're working. That's somewhat of a 9 to 5. That's a good 9 to 5.
That ain't no. What you? That's better than a 9 to 5. What are you talking about?
To every bi-weekly.
55 bi-weekly. That's like some soccer fucking shit.
No. Bi-weekly 2 G's.
Oh, 2 G's bi-weekly.
2 G's.
Oh, okay.
They're
yeah.
working a nice.
No, not bad. Yeah, that's not
They're
bad.
working a nice 9 to 5.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But to get fucking crack. But then again, you're playing a sport you love.
55,000 a year though.
A year.
All right, how does the insurance look like?
That's what I'm
because
saying.
that 55,000 ain't gonna
That's
cover
not
shit.
gonna get covered to get cracked
You know
in the
what
head
I
all
mean?
the time. Because these fools are flying, bro. That's what
Yeah.
I do like. These fools are just laying each other out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like old school
Concussions,
football.
medical bills. You know what I mean? Like, shit, man. I would have to say probably, if they don't have a legitimate medical fucking, how do you say it? If they're not covering their players.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have some sort of shit. I don't even know.
No,
To be honest,
the NFL doesn't even have
they
it.
got to have a collecting bargaining agreement because at some point in time they're going to get sued if they don't. And I'm all for the players.
I'm pretty sure it's in the
I'm a worker
contract.
guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about the workers. I'm all about these companies coming to the table, making sure that they take care of their employees. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the product's on the field. You know what I mean? So, but yeah,
Or
I'm
is
looking
it?
to that.
Or is it? Because the fucking editing seems better than the fucking product on the film.
Well, I'm talking but let me tell you, that's for the XFL.
Oh,
You know what I mean? But I'm talking about the NFL in
yeah,
general. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're those
Nobody
fools.
gives a fuck about we
running off
want
with
to
that
see
shit.
we want to see Patrick Mahomes live in person. We can watch him on TV because we can't afford to fly out to Kansas City or afford a ticket if he comes to town sometimes. But it is what it is. But yeah, the XFL unmistakably their production's probably better than the NFL. CBS, not better than Fox, but CBS for damn sure. I watch
CBS's production side. I don't like CBS.
No, but Tony Romo makes it though. Tony Romo
That fool's
makes.
gonna be a Monday night.
Oh, that's right.
He's going to Monday
and
night.
well deserved too.
That fool's gonna ball out. Fucking.
Shit.
That fool needs to be a coach.
That's my quarterback.
Boy. Oh boy, you can't even say that no more, bro. You can't even say that shit.
He is my quarterback. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
He was his quarterback when he was a college.
Shit. I don't give a damn. He's my quarterback. He's always been my quarterback. Shit, man. You don't know how much shit people used to talk about him. And I'm like, and I hate the fact that people would talk shit about him or say some dumb shit or blame him for everything when they don't even understand what's going on. It's like, bro, he's never really had a defense to back him up, and he's always had to play from behind. And let me tell you, the play script, if you're coming from behind, fuck the run game, you're going to have to fucking toss the ball 45
Swinging.
yards just to get back. You know what I mean? And the play script, dramatically changes once you're down.
True.
And what happens when you fucking, you throw the ball 50 attempts? You're going to have a few fucking interceptions here and there. You know what I mean? And you're probably going to have an interception, one of the most important times of the game. That's just the fucking,
A lot of defense see what you do already.
Yeah, they already
You
know
got
it.
55 times a game.
No,
You
for
could-
sure.
You could only have so many fucking routes you can do and shit.
Yeah, and I don't even think fucking half some of the Cowboy fucking head coaches during that time, even besides Bill Parcells, probably had that fucking many plays in the playbook.
Dialed up for that.
Exactly.
I know sure as hell Jason Garrett didn't have
Will
it.
Phillips.
Wade Phillips. I don't even like
He
that
was more
fool
of a
either.
defensive coach,
Yeah.
but he
Yeah,
had
like any
Jason
of
Garrett
them.
as his offensive coordinator for like a couple seasons.
Yeah,
before.
but that was bullshit because he was getting paid more than fucking Wade Phillips. As an assistant coach, he was getting paid more than
and
the head
that
coach.
just tells you.
That tells you he had. I'm on record, man, that I believe that Jason Garrett has an embarrassing picture of Jerry Jones at a Christmas party.
Yeah.
And he's fucking holding it against
Yeah.
him. And that's why he didn't want to fire him for the long. Jerry Jones is probably sucking some dude's dick or something because he does not. He wouldn't fire him, bro.
Yeah,
He
bro,
would
you
not fire
ever
him.
see those videos of Jerry getting drunk, like in Bourbon Street?
Nah.
Jerry's a fucking wild animal, bro.
That was a savage. That was an
Yeah,
animal.
that fool's just like walking
That was an
around,
animal,
amongst,
bro.
and he's just like looking around, looking for a fucking, you know what I mean? Like this motherfucker's
Looking for
he's
some
gonna get
titties.
me tooed, bro.
Looking
You
for
know
some
what I'm
titties
saying?
and shit.
Like shit.
That's
But,
why he liked Ezekiel. That's right, Zeke. You should stay down.
Yeah, bro. I don't know about Jerry sometimes. That's one of the main reasons why I fucking booked it. You know, because I just know I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? And you know, like, but something about Jerry Jones, I couldn't take it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Just the way he does business and supporting a franchise owned by a man like him, I couldn't do it no more.
What is it?
Fuck that.
They call him like the modern day Al Davis.
Yeah.
I don't think so. See, I'm a firm believer. No, it's not. I can't go with that because L. Davis would bring in old motherfuckers. He would spend money on stupid shit, like really stupid shit.
Speed.
Speed.
Guys
There
with
you
speed.
go. Guys with
You run a 4-3? You can't catch a ball? It's
Your
fine.
own team. He was running a track team and shit.
For real.
Jerry, I mean, say what it is. What Jerry does wrong is that he fucking likes to show his face. He likes to be the one that I did that. Right?
Exactly.
That's what he does wrong, which I don't like.
That's another reason why I said fuck.
But he'll spend the money, bro. He'll bring in the receivers. He'll bring in the linemen. He'll bring you in. He'll bring in everybody.
Yeah.
Like that year that Romo got hurt. If Romo never got hurt, I was on record, that would have been like the year that Romo went to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because
exactly.
he finally had the run game.
Yeah.
They went 13-3 that season.
Yeah.
So with Romo behind, they probably, you know what I mean, like, it would have been. I mean, who knows? He would have thrown an interception. So you
Yeah.
can't really say that, right?
Yeah.
But that would have been the best team that he's ever had, like ever had.
For sure. That team was built for Tony.
Yes, and then but to say that, Jerry Jones, you son of a bitch, you fucking didn't do it. He fucking did everything he could to build it around him.
Yeah,
he
but,
did everything
what
he
happened?
could.
What happened when fucking he was ready to come back?
Who? Well, you can't. Cause you be Dax the hot hand.
It don't matter. Let
That's
me tell
the
you.
rule of football.
What do you think Bill Belichick would have done?
Go with the hot hand.
Went back to
No, he would have been. No. He
You would have went to the hot hand.
Bro, fucking Brissett, Jacoby Brissett was fucking hot.
Get the fuck
Garoppolo
outta
was
here.
hot. And when Brady was time to come back, he came back.
No.
You know what I
Garoppolo
mean?
didn't ball out though. He didn't.
No, what are you talking about?
No.
You've already know.
Undefeated and balling out is a difference because your defense could take you out again. Your running game could take you somewhere, right?
He was
But
winning games.
yeah. But I'm saying
No.
balling out.
Okay.
Dak was balling out. He was like fucking making plays. He was
It's a
balling
double-edged.
out.
It's a double-edged sword.
You mean
It
he
is
was
a
like
double-edged
he's
sword.
balling out,
But-
Garoppolo's like, oh, done, okay, whatever, and then the run game takes him. But he won the game, give him credit. But Dak came out fucking just running for his life, fucking sliding everywhere.
No, he balled. No, he balled
like,
out.
You know what I mean? He balled out that 1 year, so like.
No. But let me tell you something.
Because even Jerry's like, fuck.
Let me tell you something.
You
No,
can
no,
see
let
in
me
his
tell you
face
something.
like, fuck.
We get Dak was a hot hand. He was protecting the ball. That's all he was doing. But Zeke, that line, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and I'll tell you what, like Jason Garrett was actually. I'll take another one too. But Jason Garrett was actually calling fucking plays that actually made sense. But we had good defense.
Yeah.
And I believe Jason Garrett is not necessarily a bad coach.
Fuck.
It's just that, you know, I think he fumbles under pressure, and I think that when that executive decision needs to be made, he just doesn't know what to do. You know what I mean? And the examples were there. You know, examples are there time and again. You know what I mean? Like I remember that one game against the Texans. You know what I mean? Was it this season or last season? Oh, not even. Remember when he froze the kicker in Arizona?
Yeah, when he froze the own
Yeah,
kicker.
we were about to win the game. That just tells you.
When he frees their own kicker.
Yeah, how the fuck? And he didn't get fired then.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know what I mean? And
'Cause
so
he has that pitcher. I'm telling you, man.
I feel you on that one, bro. I fucking feel you on
this
that
year,
one.
he finally, hey, man, I can't do nothing for you, man. Like, come on, you're holding my balls here.
yeah, it's like, dude. Finally, Jerry was like, all right, dude, you did me
He's
no
like, man,
favors.
I'll send you to New York, man. How about that?
Exactly, but you know what? I think that's so fucking funny because anybody in the league fucking knows that probably Jerry Jones. You know what I mean? Like, for sure. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Not Jerry Jones. Jason Garrett. I was over here saying Jerry Jones, but Jason Garrett. You know what I mean? He's not exactly what Jerry Jones built him to be. And hindsight is always 20/20. You know, and now that knowing what we know now, I thought we should. It's like fuck. We should have just let him go to Baltimore. Remember when Baltimore was ready to? This was before I think John Harbaugh.
They wanted
Okay.
him?
Yeah. I think the Ravens were like really shooting for him, and they were like willing to dole out the money. And then
should've.
Jerry Jones just made him the highest paid offensive coordinator.
Yeah, see,
you know what I mean? Like shit.
That's what I knew. Like, man, this is all bad.
I want to know what's going on with Dak right now, though. Is he getting signed or not?
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
He'll get.
he's gonna get his money.
See, I'm torn. He's gonna get his money, dude, but he's gonna get like fucking 39.
Just below, right?
40.
Okay, so
but that's what kind of like.
What's probably gonna happen? He's probably not gonna get his money this summer. He's gonna get franchise tagged.
Think
That's
so?
for sure.
Damn.
Yeah, for sure. He's gonna get franchise
He's gonna
tagged.
get Kirk Cousins.
So
dog. He's gonna get Cousins.
possibly,
He's gonna get franchised twice.
yeah.
And then,
You're
and then you're gonna kick him out.
But
after.
also too, it's because fucking the Cowboys are fucking so up the fucking salary cap. You know what I mean? Like
It's since Jerry Jones is waiting for in 2 years the salary cap comes up again. So
or when somebody leaves, you know what I mean? And he has space.
So the reason why Dak is holding on the contract because if he could accept, they already offered him like 35 or something like that, right?
34 million.
He's not budging.
So he doesn't want it because in 2 years the salary cap increases. So he's taking in consideration. Well, in fucking 2 years you have space.
Yeah.
So give me my 40 because technically 40 is like you spending your 35 now. So
Yeah.
And Jerry's like, nah, fuck you.
Oh, no, I don't know. Maybe they're in cahoots. Maybe they're like, you just be patient. We'll get you a franchise tag. You're still going to get, what's the franchise tag? You get, the franchise tag is basically you.
Second, or the most for that year. Whoever's making the most money, the quarterback that year.
Just for that year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's a shitload of money.
yeah,
for that
so
year.
he can dabble in the franchise tag. He's going to get paid, regardless.
Yeah.
And then he still has time to prove himself or not prove himself. It's still a gamble. You know what I'm saying? But if he becomes a quarterback that the Cowboys think he can, and then the Cowboys are in a better position to offer him more money, and the salary cap's a little higher, it works out for him. So technically, it's a bet, but if it all plays out,
Yeah.
Should work. I mean, it's a young quarterback. I'll say
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time.
Yeah, I say take it. I would do
yeah,
it.
and then now quarterbacks are lasting. I mean, fucking Brady's 45.
Yeah, it's 43,
Rules
but
and stuff.
Yeah, and you got teams.
you
The Raiders offered him a two-year contract. You know what I mean? Like,
million.
It was the same thing what happened with Kaepernick and Alex Smith, right? They went with the younger.
You go with the hot hand.
Kind of thing,
Yeah, you kind of get stuck, especially because if you take out the hot hand, you're gonna lose your whole fan base. Your fan like fuck you. Especially the hot hand. You take out that hot hand, you put in the cold one, they lose, and you lose your playoff chance.
that
and
only
now-
works if it
Scapegoat.
doesn't work out.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, I mean, Tony's situation, I felt like if he would have went back in,
It would have worked.
it would have worked, and we
would've
probably
worked.
would have went to the Super Bowl at least,
Playoffs at least.
or divisional
At least get Romo a
championship.
playoff. At least get that for a playoff.
Yeah, I mean, Romo's a fucking. Let me tell you something. I believe this with my heart that the reason why fucking Tony Romo would kill 60%, even 70, 80% of fucking Jason Garrett. I mean, how many times will we hear kill?
Oh, yeah.
Kill
Jason Garrett
because
sucked.
because Jason Garrett would call something and Tony would be like, this motherfucker right here.
No, you can
don't
tell.
see-
There's times where he'll come out like pissed, like fuck, because he's like, you go that way, you're gonna fucking do a post, you're doing inside
Yeah.
out, like he's fucking literally making a play, and then it's amazing because when you hear him when he calls a play on Sunday nights. He basically is doing that he was doing that on the field, like
Exactly,
the way
bro.
he fucking diagnosing it. That was the same thing. He was like this, you fucking here, because he calls it like.
He already knew.
That's right.
He's
He's
like,
like the hashtag. Oh, you know, like,
no,
oh,
but
fucking
that just tells
easy.
you, how much of a sicko he was.
Yeah.
Just fucking in the fucking, film room, dissecting fucking defenses. It's just like, okay.
I wonder why guys don't do like. You would figure he'd be a coach, but I think it's just stress
Money to pay 'em.
and the stress too, though. Like,
But Monday Night Football's gonna pay you like
yeah,
X amount of
fucking,
money.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You wanna
Because you're
go.
gonna make about the same amount of, or around the
that
same
headache,
amount, but
you
with the
know?
stress of fucking, because that's like a year-round thing. Being a coach and shit, you're
Yeah.
like watching film, fucking year-round.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. And
doing-
Tony's too smart for that. He's like, you know what? I'm making good money in this
wanna
booth,
bang
just calling out
bitches.
plays, being, like,
I just wanna bang
being
hoes.
fucking,
Call
Nostradamus. And it's crazy, bro, because
Romodamus over
he's
here.
like 98% of the time, he's like right.
Yeah.
He's like, it's gonna go to the right here, and there you
You know
go.
what was embarrassing was fucking Jason Witten when calling plays.
Oh yeah, everybody makes fun of fucking Booger McFarland.
That fool sucks too.
He sucks, but
That fool
he's way
sucks.
better than fucking Jason.
Yeah, both of them fucking suck together. then they were together out of all
Yeah,
things.
Booger McFarland's problem is that he's rhetorical. It's like, okay, we saw that, Booger.
Yeah.
And he's just like, and it's funny because he's so adamant about it too. Because like the reason why the play didn't work is because the running back got tackled at the 5-yard line. Back to you, Jim. It's like, yeah, we saw that. We saw that.
See, he tackled him right there. All right.
But Jason would like.
Jason, he goes, no, when he goes, yeah, that's a new part of that new, the new liberal NFL. I'm like, oh, bro.
Don't tie politics into it, man. I mean, you already know what happened to Kaepernick.
That's just
But I'll
so
tell
funny,
you,
though.
but let me tell you, the NFL caters to right-wing conservative views. You know what I mean? It always has been, if you think about it. But
I don't know. Outside of the military, I see like they try to push away, which I like. Me personally, I like my sports. No politics, no fucking.
no, for sure,
causes,
essentially. But I mean, we get thrust
nothing.
into this.
That's why the commercials are there for. That's for me personally. You know, like me, I like to go into something, and I don't even know why they have the military. They barely implemented the military thing back in '98. The whole the contract they give NFL contract, military contract.
Yeah, because it's propaganda. It is propaganda.
Yeah. Which I don't mind because America. That's America's sport. That's the only sport that America has technically, right? Because every other sport is dominated by other fucking countries. Baseball, fucking soccer, everything. So it makes sense to have whatever you put, make it patriotic, that kind of stuff.
No, for sure.
The whole make everything an issue, bring all your fucking issues. Because sometimes, I don't know, and then because football, it's diverse, bro. Everybody, you ever go down the street, you're wearing a cowboy hat, and then there's a black dude. Fucking gives you a handshake that you don't even fucking high five that you don't even know because he likes the Cowboys.
No, absolutely.
Or a white dude comes up, to fuck yeah, brother. Chinese dude, fuck yeah.
No,
it
for
brings
sure.
people together.
Yeah, it does.
And now you make it a cause to where you like Niners, well you don't like cops because of Kaepernick or not. It makes it an issue and shit.
I saw that. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, for sure. No, I agree with you. There is that factor in for sure. And my thing was like. You know, when Kaepernick did that, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just raising awareness. My thing was, before he did all that, he consulted, a fucking Army veteran. You know what I mean? It's just the Army veteran didn't fucking anticipate all this fucking, this hate.
Because it wasn't meant, his cause wasn't meant for what it turned into.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with like anti-America, nothing. They just, just right-wing faction, this is what they do. They tie in their politics with narratives. And politics in general, that's what happens. You know what I mean?
But then him too. But then he fucked up too because he also started putting in other kind of dynamics into it. Yeah. Like you can't tell me this is what I have a problem when you make a cause, a racial cause, right? Like say, so he wanted to do the whole put attention to his cause, right? And then he goes to Miami with a Fidel Castro, like pro Fidel Castro shirt. So you can't.
I didn't see that, but yeah,
it was Malcolm and Fidel.
Well,
I
mean,
Malcolm, but if you're Cuban, so you can't tell me nothing. But if I'm Cuban, you can't tell me to feel your cause when I'm like,
no, for sure,
like,
he's gonna ruffle some feathers.
Like you can't, but you can't say feel sorry for me, but fuck your cause. I'm gonna wear the guy that you hate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like so you can't. That's kind of like a double standard.
He's gonna ruffle some feathers for sure. It could be either two ways. Either you see them as
you follow all causes, or you go the unjust. An unjust cause is an unjust cause. Just because you feel like yours is unjuster, or that's not even a word.
Yeah.
But you feel like yours is more egregious than your mine.
No, I know. I see your point of view for sure.
That's where he starts to lose more. Like that's why he couldn't get they were gonna offer him a job in Miami. So he was going to get two. From what I heard, they're going to get two, right? They're going to get two things. That in Miami, he was going to get offered one, but he showed up with a Fidel Castro shirt. And their fan base in Miami is primarily Cuban, right? And then even...
is there a picture about that? I mean,
I'm pretty sure.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
And even Kiko Alonso, he was like, fuck that fool. Like, and so now you already have a riff.
But fuck Kiko Alonso. I played against him it's funny because I played against him when he went to Los Gatos High School.
Oh, yeah?
And he's like one of those. Actually, I should be saying this, but to me, like Los Gatos High School was cool. We played them every year because Coach Catalico, Joe Catalico, his father is Butch Catalico, and he's like the all-time winningest CCS coach in history. You know what I mean? And we would play them every year, but every single time we'd play like Los Gatos High School, it was a bunch of like snobby white rich kids that felt entitled and shit like that. And I remember Kiko Alonso. He was a sophomore and I was a senior, but we played against him. Hey, let me tell you, he balled out. As a matter of fact, we went head up. I was like, damn, that's a sophomore. You know what I mean? Like shit. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like
the NFL.
I honestly, an opinion coming from Kiko Alonso is as tool as it can get.
See, but then that's to be the same thing as him saying, "Well, an opinion from Kaepernick is as fucked up as you're gonna get," right? So it turns into this. So already, as a team, you already got a rift in the locker room.
Yeah.
Right now, you got the defense versus the offensive rift.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. Fucking Richie Incognito's a fucking piece of shit racist.
Oh, yeah.
He still has a fucking job in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all Kaepernick did was just. Kneel for the flag. That Castle shirt didn't help either.
Let me ask you this though: if it was Lamar Jackson that did that right now, no, okay, who's better? Deshaun Watson. He's probably more better pocket quarterback, right? If he were to do the same thing, do you think he has a job?
Possibly, probably not. Who knows?
I think yes, only for the fact that he's way better than Kaepernick.
No, as a passer. For sure.
As a quarterback, just my thing is for the job, right? Because what was it?
This shirt.
Oh yeah, so he got this one.
Was
so
it?
This is the one with Castro meeting with Malcolm X. Yeah. For me, it's not a big deal, right? For somebody
I'm
like
not
Cuban.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm not
for sure. That probably does. For sure. Like, to me, it's like I think that's cool. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Look at.
But someone that comes to suppress from Cuba says, well,
for sure. But that's my thing is, see, man, I know too much, bro. You know what I mean? Because I read a lot, bro. And I read, and I understand things. I'm like Tyrion Lannister. I drink and I know things. You know what I mean? Like shit. But look, by any means, I'm not a Marxist. I don't give a shit about any of that, to be honest. You know what I mean? But when you read history, you know what I mean? You look upon these things and ideologies and all this other stuff, and the same thing with like anything else, you know what I mean? Like there's times where Hitler had said some righteous shit and you're like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Hitler was New York's time of the man.
That's what I'm saying, you know what I mean? But
that shit up.
You know what I mean? But but he was, you know what I mean?
No, he was.
He was, because he was probably saying some righteous shit. Even Trump says, as much as I fucking hate Trump and I disagree with him,
he'll say some good shit.
He'll say some shit like, you know what, he's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like shit.
What is it? A broken clock is right twice a day?
Twice a day, exactly. But it's people's motives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the motives and actions behind those motives. You know, he can say one thing, but what is he really doing behind the scenes? Or what is he really doing? You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is where you differentiate and you see, okay, if somebody's full of shit. That's just the way I think and how I go about things. You know what I mean? But, for example,
I think that's one of these is the one. I think it might have been one.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
he finally made it. Hey, but you know what though? To lighten up, it's on to keep on the football thing though. Did you hear all the scandals about the halftime show? About the halftime show, how everybody got mad because they just shaking booty and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? It's just a bunch of fucking hypocritical fucking white Christian ladies. Like, Jesus, that's too. You know what? This is the children are not supposed to be watching this. Why is Todd spending so much time in the bathroom? What do you think he's doing? He's watching that shit on YouTube, fucking jerking his gherkin. You know what I'm saying?
YouTube later, anyways.
I'm sorry, Susan. But yet. My thing is, you know what I mean? It's just a fucking halftime show. You know what I mean? And it's honestly, it's not fucking provocative. It's not. You know what I mean? Like shit. That's just the way I feel.
Right.
But I just think that there's fucking too many people complain nowadays. It's just the thing now.
It's a reason.
And I'm guilty of it myself too. You know what I mean? And I try to keep that at a minimum. I try to before I start complaining about something, I try to understand somebody's point of view or where they're coming from. Some of this shit is just pure, just like nonsense. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? And it's a halftime show. I mean, there's been far worse. Everybody remember fucking Janet Jackson? Exactly.
She got kicked the fuck out.
That titty slip.
But she got kicked the fuck out.
But I tell you what, though, still put her back on the map. You know what I mean? You think she gives a fuck about coming back? No. She's already, the damage has already been done. What
happened to my fucking Janet Jackson?
You know what I mean?
Forever.
She's a lot older now, and fucking plastic surgery has fucked her up. She can't come back. She's like Little Kim. You think Little Kim would have made a comeback a long time ago, but that bitch looked like a fucking. She looks like one of those. Have you ever watched that movie, The Time Machine?
Yeah.
Remember those? One of those fucking
the little gremlin things he wears?
The Margles or some shit.
Yeah.
That's
you
what
remember
she looks
that
like
when we were
now.
younger? You remember hearing that rumor about Lil' Kim? I don't know if it was true, but there was a little rumor about Lil' Kim that they pumped out like a pound of like cum from her stomach.
What?
Yeah, bro. Look, you remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, bro.
I'll tell you what, bro. You know what I mean? Like shit.
Shit, I would have done it. Shit, you know what I'm saying? One
Look, hey,
time,
Lil' Kim was bad
banging,
back in the
bro,
90s.
banging.
You know what I'm saying?
Banging.
Black and the Berry, the sweet.
She made it. Hey, but she made. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
playing.
Nah, but she made it. She banging. But she made it. She made it legit. I think for the new rappers, to new female rappers, to be very specialized.
Yeah. Put it this way: there would be no Trina. There would be no fucking
Nicki, fucking Cardi B.
Yeah, Cardi B. And what about that Mickey the Stallion or Megan the Stallion?
Who the fuck? Oh yeah.
Now, bro, I would check this out.
Who the
Went to
fuck?
fucking. I missed her out, but I heard her fucking show was fucking cracking. So we went to San Diego to watch. We went to the Dia de los Deftones in San Diego, Pickle Park. It was fucking badass. We flew out there, right? And we flew out the day of the concert. Takes about an hour to get to San Diego. Mm-hmm. And as soon as we dropped the plane, got a Uber, boom, went to Airbnb, left our shit, and luckily, you know, the Pickle Park was just around the corner. And we got there like in less than 5 minutes. And as soon as we got there, I think Megan the Stallion had come off. But I was like, you know, as soon as we walk in, we grabbed one of the beers. We grabbed a beer, and people were just like talking about her. I was like, who the fuck is Megan the Stallion? I don't even know who she is.
I never heard of. She sings.
Yeah, she's a rapper, bro.
I thought she was an Instagram girl.
Yeah, and I fucking looked her up on YouTube. I'm like, damn, she got a booty.
She banged. She had them legs, huh? She's the
I
one
was like, damn, I missed that. And then somebody was showing me pictures. She's like, dude, look at Megan Thee Stallion. And I looked at it. I was like, damn.
It's all on mute.
I was like, damn. You know, but I'm just saying.
Before and after pictures.
Yeah, see, look at that.
See, on the left, she looked like Chucky, and on the right,
hold on, let me Google this shit. There's a word for those creatures in fucking that movie, bro. Oh, that looks like Wendy Williams? No, she's like.
yeah, she did like Wendy.
It's funny. I watched that movie like a couple
how
weeks
come?
ago.
Hey, she keeps getting into some shit. Every time I always read some articles, she's always getting into some. I don't know how the fuck she still has a job. It's only because she's black, bro. That's the only.
No. See, don't.
I went there,
to that hole.
I went there. If she was a white girl saying all this shit, she made fun of hair lips. She made fun.
Tommy Lawrence still has a job. You know what I mean? Like fuck every.
Yeah, but man, Tommy Lawrence, but that's like, she's not like mainstream.
Oh, she's mainstream. What are you talking about? She's on Fox News. What are you talking about?
But that's different.
She's got like over like fucking 1 million followers on Twitter. That is mainstream.
Yeah, but Fox News is supposed to be like that. You know what I mean? Like Fox News, everybody knows that's Fox News. Fucking biased, short skirts.
As fuck. But I'll tell you what though. You know what's
You know
funny
what I'm
though?
saying?
Let me tell you,
They're
dude.
the best leg shots.
Nah, Primer Impacto has best.
They
leg shot.
do. Nah, Very Impacto got fucking all the shots. They got
all of them, bro.
glory shots.
I haven't
They
seen
got-
the
People come from.
They got
Damn,
under the
bro.
desk, fucking.
Remember fucking Mirka de Llanos? Oh, she has these fucking gleamy glands. I'd be like, fuck. My mom's like, cámbiale la canal.
But isn't
mujeres ahí
it's
no
crazy
tienen
though, right?
vergüenza.
Like how like and that's very popular within like the Hispanic, and not even dude, like I seen like Italy TV and stuff like that, and they have the same thing. They have like some banging ass girls doing the weather and shit. Like it's very sexualized. It's just
Bro,
America has a
That is, if you think about it, almost every country has. They're all connected.
They're all connected with sex.
Media conglomerates, they're all connected. They all fucking bite off each other. What do you think fucking like, you know, for example, you have like American soap
episodes.
operas and American soap operas that take ideas from the Mexican soap operas.
and vice versa too.
You know what I mean? Like fucking Betty La Fea.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
They had an
Yeah.
American version for that.
Yeah.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It's-
And then there's like a
it's
Filipino.
only
As a matter of
Betty.
fact, tell me why. One of my fucking Filipino coworkers was like, "You watch Marimar?" I'm like, what the fuck? How do you know about that?
Marimar was banging,
Oh,
bro,
we
back
watch
in the day.
Marimar over there in the Philippines. You know what I mean? Like shit, it's worldwide, bro. As a matter of fact, you know what this motherfucker said? He goes, Marimar. Oh, que bonita. This fool speaks Tagalog, bro. No Spanish or nothing. And he sang the fucking chorus. I was like, damn, that's amazing.
See, TV's powerful, bro. TV's powerful.
No, but that just shows you the wide range of audiences. They're connected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for sure they're connected. They probably share ideas. You know what I mean? And oh shit, my bad. But that just shows you that's globalism right there, bro. Think about it.
Yeah, that's how the companies. That's all. There's only six media conglomerates that they fucking
Major, yeah, for sure.
they control everything. Viacom and all that.
And
Fucking,
that is the problem.
Yeah, definitely. Well, because
That-
that's you. Because you're getting the same. You're getting what they want to feed you. Right?
Absolutely.
You're getting the media they want to feed you. They were getting
Yeah.
the entertainment they want to feed you. It's
You're being conditioned by what they want you to feel, think, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's so important that we have all these independent, like Facebook. Well, even though Facebook's selling out, but
it's been sold out.
yeah. Well, now it's funny because now I see that more than ever now.
Yeah, it's fucking,
Twitter as well, but Twitter too. It's just a clusterfuck of just. It's so hard to differentiate bullshit now because you have bots now. You have all these fake accounts, bots, all this other stuff. You don't, and then it's just, it's crazy, dude. It is crazy.
Do you think the way social media is gonna go? So I think like eventually Twitter, give it 2 or 3 years, people get tired of it, right? The Instagram, all that kind of stuff is gonna get. There's gonna be another social media thing.
Yeah, for sure.
They always kind of implements itself. I think it's going to be more implemented in the fact that it's going to be more connected to the person. I was talking to Julian the other day that how, for example, Elon Musk got the whole Neuralink thing, right?
Yeah.
The chips in your brains and shit like that. So I'm thinking that's what it's going to go to. It's going to go to more where people are connected, literally connected to each other. So my chip can connect to your chip, and I can tell your intentions. I can tell. So your privacy is gone.
Yeah.
So there's no more privacy because I could say, "Hey, dude, I like your shirt," but really the chip's like, "Dude, I fucking hate your shirt." You get what I'm saying? So I think.
Yeah, if you think about it,
that's gonna weed out. In a way, it's kind of good because it weeds out the haters and the douchebags, whatever the fuck, the people who have really bad intentions.
Yeah.
But then again, you get rid of your full fucking privacy.
You think about it, man. You hear that concept of thought crime.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
That reminds me of that movie with
Minority Report.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the.
That's where the.
No, actually, no. That's Aurelian. If you think about it, Aurelian probably. Yeah, he said that in 1984.
Orwell. Yeah.
Where your thoughts are going to be.
Well, yeah, it came from there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? I think. That definitely is a possibility. I hope not. But, with technology, how do you say, changing, is ever changing, you know what I mean? It's developing. Of course, why not? Why wouldn't it go into that, into that realm? If you think about it, it's like, okay, and just like the Patriot Act, you know what I mean? It's like, we need to take away a little bit of your freedom so that way we can better protect you. Safety, exactly. And
safety over freedom.
That was a guise under safety to fucking, violate your constitutional rights. Why wouldn't they do something like that?
Yeah, because if you choose safety over freedom, you get neither.
Exactly.
Right, because you don't get none of that because now all your thoughts, everything's gonna be.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, maybe that's a way that we're thinking because we have the older process, right? Like we're the old computer. The old computer says that's stupid. Don't get off of this base, right? Yeah. But the new computer says like we don't need that privacy, right? We're gonna move on to something better.
Yeah.
Like we're moving on. Like, and I'm starting to more think like who's that? I keep forgetting the name. Look that up, Wayne. We are the machines.
Yeah.
Sex organs. The man is the machine's sex organs.
Yeah.
That we're just here eventually to become the machine, the AI.
No, absolutely.
The future.
Yeah.
Because your kids, they're gonna be the fucking.
Absolutely. I think
liquid in the tube. Just playing video games.
That's not gonna happen in our lifetime, but I think that's where it's alluding to, in a sense, where our posterity. You know what I mean? I think that's where it's alluding to, and I'm like, I think about it, I'm like, shit, man, I wouldn't want to live in a world where, we're humans, you know what I mean? Humans, we have, our disadvantages sometimes, you know what I mean? We think, certain things. It's like, how many times I killed my boss in my mind? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, you son of a bitch, I killed him along. I hit him up fucking Santana style, fucking American me. You know what I mean? I killed him a million times already, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to do it.
Bonafide.
But now, you know what I mean? There's going to be a time,
boom, you get
possibly
caught.
a time where, my thoughts are going to get me into trouble, and that is troubling. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, I'm just fucking around. I'm just playing a fantasy. You know what I mean? Like, how many times I've had sex with, Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah.
She's gonna me too me? You know what I mean? Like, shit, but like, look, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes our minds take us there, but you know what I mean?
Acting on it, right?
You know what I mean? Like, that's just, it's human nature. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, we keep our thoughts to ourselves, but our opinions come to light, but But yeah, that's probably where it's going to come to, at some point in time, maybe like the next 50, 60, 70 years. We're not going to be alive for that shit. Thank God. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I would have been in jail a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I actually think it's a little bit closer than we actually think. Well, at least not the thought crime, where people could read your thoughts, right?
Yeah.
But just for the fact that now you could, you have fake news out there. You have,
no, for sure.
You have all this kind of stuff. Like that's why I've been saying that. Like, say this whole presidency with Trump, the Trump presidency is perfect. It's planned perfectly because you put him out there and people accept the fact.
Yeah, they buy everything at face value.
There's fake news now, right? So now even he can leave president. He's not a president no more, right? But that fake news is out there. So now Orwellian aspect comes in, right? So you're on the internet. Now you're able to control the internet. Now you're able to say, well, you're fake news. So I'm going to delete your past. You're going to delete, so now when people come together, they're going to be able to, I think that privacy is going to go away because they're going to start snitching on each other.
Yeah.
They're going to start.
I think what's happening right now is that Trump is setting the precedent for this kind of behavior.
Yeah, I think I mean? Not him. It's not him personally, but I think because I'm a firm believer. I still believe like in the Illuminati thing. Right, I still think there's people somewhat still pulling the strings.
For sure.
Not as much as I used to believe, but I still think. I mean, shit, the country was founded on gangs, right? Like straight up, it was founded on gangs. Your basic history book tells you that it was founded on Irish gangs, on whatever, right? So what makes you think those gangs are going to relinquish their power as time goes on?
No, absolutely.
They only make it stronger, right?
I think that's why one of the biggest things is like white supremacy. You know what I mean? And as much, my thing is, it's a real factor. But I do absolutely there is, like the Freemasons. But the Freemasons are actually, I think about it, they're not as they're not diabolical as what people think. You know what I mean? And
how so?
How so is, I think the Freemasons. If you think about it,
I like this conversation.
If you think about it, you know what I mean. Like I think the Freemasons are basically, the Freemasons have been around for a long time. They're probably a faction of these old, ancient civilizations.
Egyptians,
but
Egyptian times. Past.
So when we think about like cradle of civilization, we think about like ancient Sumer and ancient Egypt. We think about ancient Egypt. We think about like, magic and ancient knowledge and all this other stuff. And I watch a lot of Graham Hancock videos. Mm-hmm. Graham Hancock, Robert Schoch, Robert Bouval, and all those other guys that are
Anthony West,
John Anthony West. You know what I mean? And those guys bring it's not an alternative. I don't believe. The mainstream media will say, or the mainstream, archaeology will tell you these guys are alternative view from the mainstream of what you've been taught in textbooks. It's like these guys are out there in the field, fucking, doing the research, real research. You know what I mean? And coming up with different conclusions that make sense. And I think that. And it's true, Graham Hancock touches on this all the time. He's I think we're a species with amnesia. And I think that, what we know today has been passed down for thousands of years. And we've had these groups. And I think the Freemasons are basically one of those groups. They're like a hermit group where they make sure that information is passed down to the next generation.
To the enlightened, right?
Not enlightened.
Well, that's the background of it, right?
But just to fucking,
to
always make sure that we know who we are and where we're headed. You know what I mean? And, Freemasons, they don't deal with like satanical shit. You know what I mean? It's numbers, geometry, ancient geometry. But see, that's the thing. It's like, what are you watching on YouTube? YouTube, a lot of bullshit. Somebody can present you, bro.
Yes.
Bro, I went to the fucking, the Mason Center right there, right down the street from the church, the Cathedral of Faith. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, see
and it's all just ancient knowledge. You know what I mean?
But to play a devil's advocate to that, so most people would say. Because the most debunkable thing, right? Would it be, well, we're gonna go through a ritual of a Freemason, right? Yeah. So they do a ritual, and then they go, oh, this is a first degree Mason. So we're showing you a first degree Mason ritual. A first degree Mason, anybody could be a first degree Mason. Yeah. That's essentially right. So what you want to look at is you want to see a 33rd degree Mason ritual.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So because
no, for sure. It's like, what do they know?
Yeah, like,
the higher degree of Mason you are, the more knowledge you are that you are exposed to. But my thing is, it's just.
I'm not saying necessarily satanic, but I'm saying there's always some. I'm a firm believer that in energies. I believe in the what is it? the geometric shapes and shit. How
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
fucking makes into
yeah,
a fucking shape
yeah,
and
no,
form.
for sure. You know what I mean? And that's basically what it is.
Rosicrucians.
I'm not. The Illuminati could be something different. You know what I mean? That could be satanic. You know what I mean? But Freemasons out in the open. You know what I mean? It's not. There's no secret. If you want to look up, they have Mason centers.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, that's-
Uncles and-
You know what I mean? Like,
that's my point, though. That's my point. That what makes it, what's a better cover to tell people that we're not. We're an open society.
Yeah.
We're not a closed society. Keep it open.
honestly,
to the people.
bro, I think Freemasonry has become like a country club. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, to the now.
You know what I mean? You can go. Yeah, you know,
That's
it's like a biker club now. You know what I mean?
He describes it the same, like how you're describing it. It's like just like a gathering.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. No,
yeah.
one of my coworkers were Freemasons. This motherfucker had the same position as I did. I was like, what the fuck? You know, he told me, he's like, bro, let's go to. I'll take you. We'll go
See,
to the
but I'd
bar.
be more interested in
You know, we just, bro, it's.
but to like a 33rd or something like that.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
That's
but,
would be my
But yeah,
my thing.
but it's just basically once. It's basically
Or
shit,
Skull and
you know,
Bones.
it's that's something different.
See,
that has
saying-
nothing to do. You know what I mean? But my
I
thing,
think they're all me personally. I think they're all the same at the highest level. At the highest
Yeah,
level,
yeah.
because like, okay, do you think Bush knows more than the regular frat dude who came into Skull and Bones? Like, give me like, who knows more, the Bush family, Skull and Bones era,
Yeah.
or I don't know, the Johnsons, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm assuming
Yeah.
the power rankings you're gonna get more within the power rankings.
shit. Honestly,
Like, it'd be like the
to me, George Bush is an idiot. You know what I mean? So
Oh, yeah,
people,
well, yeah, but
people
I'm saying,
Skull and Bones,
but it's
because
bloodline though. That's
yeah,
if
true.
You look
Dude,
into it, it's all
some people are
bloodline.
some people are just born into that.
Yeah.
You know, they're born lucky. You know what I mean? But like I said, you know what? When we think of all right, so juxtapose this: Freemasonry. It's out in the open. They have a Freemason center between the Church on the Hill, Cathedral of Faith. You want to look for it? It's there. It's many members, and they're out in the open. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, and they'll tell you exactly what it is. Has everything to do with geometric shapes. Symbolism is a big thing. Symbolism. You know what I mean? But I think that for somebody who doesn't understand that, yeah, I'll take another one of these, bro. I think for somebody who doesn't understand that, you know what I mean? I think they can mistrust that. They'll be like, you know what? They critique or they're mistrustful.
You're scared of what you don't know.
Of what they don't know, exactly.
Yeah. No, I
And
totally agree
the
with
reason
that.
why I say this is because honestly, that's how I thought too. I was like, fuck Freemasons. And I'd hear some shit like, fuck that. That's got to be some sort of satanic shit.
No, well, with
and
me,
they're doing
it's
a
not
bunch of
just-
shit that I don't understand, and it's got to be satanic.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily
And it's
just
like-
the Freemasons, right? Because my thing is, it would be the
Illuminati and
Freemasons.
Freemasons are different.
No, see, well, my thing is, it would be the Freemasons. Because Illuminati is the umbrella corporation, right?
Yeah.
It's the umbrella of what everything is,
Yeah.
right? Because I was in hard of this since '08. Like, I was fucking,
Yeah.
I was getting like fucking reading books and fucking going through every YouTube website, fucking
Yeah.
everything that.
But you also got to be careful too.
No, of
you know
course,
what
no,
I mean?
it's like bias
because there's a
'cause
lot
you
of
get the bias
bullshit
support.
out.
No, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying though. That I would go
Yeah.
through the debunkers. That's what I'm saying. The most debunks comes from the fact that my boy's a Freemason. Look, he's 15. My boy's I've never seen like an average Joe be like, oh, my boy, he's a 33rd.
Yeah, but see, I have. You haven't.
See,
that's why we have
that's-
different.
and-
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So, but my aspect would be more like see Freemasonries, the Rosicrucians, the Skull and Bones, the people eventually. How you said it, those are the people who hold the light, right? The people with the knowledge, right?
Yeah.
The people with the knowledge,
Yeah.
and because it's a civilization with amnesia, right? So those are the
Yeah,
ones-
absolutely.
and I'm a firm believer of that too. But eventually, though, because humans all get corrupted, that's the conspiracy theory behind it.
Yeah.
As I start to look into more different information, you kind of grow out of that, right?
Yeah,
You start
no,
to
for
see,
sure.
okay, this is not what it was. This is
Yeah.
actually this. This is
Yeah.
that.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
problem, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you. So mine's more. They're all together in the sense in the conspiracy aspect of the way, right? Because it's
Yeah.
compartmentalized. You compartmentalize everybody.
Yeah.
So you're using the Freemason aspect to bring in your buildings because they were. You would say all the Rosicrucians used the Freemasons to create their buildings, right?
Yeah.
So you could say either one because they were the best fucking Mason builders,
Yeah.
or because they believed in the shapes and dimensions. That's why
Yeah.
any holy place is either what spheres or
Yeah. Just
or triangles or some shit
just
like that
buildings that are very exquisite, but
to attract
exquisite in the term-
energy.
in the terms of-
it depends on what you. Yeah.
no, absolutely. Going back to like I was saying, just watching videos and stuff like that, and this is what I believe. You know what I mean? And I think about this. I was like, dude, this makes sense to me at least. I think ancient civilizations have probably existed, further, much more further down than what we, accept in, common core fucking, textbooks. We think that the Sphinx was built, after the pyramids of Giza, and they date them back like 2500 BC or some shit like
People
that.
think Egyptians built it.
Yeah, and then when you
no.
have some hard evidence, you have like Robert, for example, Robert Schoch, who is a legitimate, geologist. He went over there, to take a look at, the physical elements of everything. You know what I mean? And he looked at, he's like, this is like,
It's like
this is
2,000
like
years
weathering.
backtracked.
This is weathering made by rainfall, heavy rainfall. And there hasn't been any heavy rainfall like that, in Egypt since 7,500 BC, 7,500 years, 75,000 years ago, or 7,500 years ago, my bad. Or like between that, he's very conservative.
Yeah.
And where he pinpoints, it could be that it's probably much, much older than that. With the new technology we have today, what is that?
This is the kids on the side.
Okay. Is that like a church or something?
Oh, no, they're just bored. There's some ghosts in the wall.
Oh, okay.
There's
I was
kids in the
what?
walls.
That's like ruining my concentration.
There's people.
But anyways,
There's people under the stairs.
I watched that movie the other day,
Me
bro.
too, bro.
I was like, oh shit. Remember
That's
what
a
is
good
it?
ass fucking movie,
Yeah,
bro.
remember, what is it? What was the dude in the walls?
I forgot his name.
Yeah,
Yeah, with his missing tongue and shit.
They do that shit.
But
They don't make those movies anymore like that.
dude, that movie, I remember when I was a kid, that movie scared me. Anyways, but back to what I was saying. My bad. So with the technology we have today, and what they're able to conclude with, is that possibly, ancient civilizations have existed far beyond what we thought.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And was it Randall Carlson, who is a geologist, and he's done extensive work, and watch his videos, bro. He's on the Joe Rogan podcast with Graham Hancock, and solo as well, and the videos that he presents, all this other stuff, and it's Freemasonry because this is what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like with math and his knowledge and his work as a geologist and all that stuff, he's able to exactly trying to basically get a better picture of what the past, looked like. And he concluded that, there was a big cataclysmic event, huge, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Before that, this was like during the upper or early Dryas era, maybe like 10,000 years.
With the lightning strikes,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And you have ancient civilizations that have documented this. For example, the story of Noah, the Great Flood of Noah.
Yeah.
Thousands of years before that, you had the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is basically
Indian.
the same exact story.
Yeah, they all have
in
the
ancient
same.
Sumer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, like you think about these things, and not only that though, this is the crazy part about it is that they were able to pinpoint exactly the Epic of Gilgamesh and that last cataclysmic event. You know what I mean? And Graham Hancock said it. He's like, this is knowledge passed down. People that survived, that were able to tell the story, so they can pass it on to future generations. Atlantis probably existed.
Yeah. See,
You know what I mean?
that's what I'm a firm believer of that. That I've been saying that our civilizations. There's been multiple civilizations, right? So I believe the Anthony West, the fucking shocks.
Yeah.
That whatever you think the Egyptian was built, it's been like fucking like 2000s prior, right?
Way more than that,
fucking prior to
Absolutely.
that shit, right? So I'm a firm believer of that. I've been like, I tell this dude all the time when we have these conversations. I think that civilizations, we've had smart humans always, right?
Absolutely,
always.
yeah.
The way they built the pyramids was they had technology, not in the same form of electricity, of fucking Wi-Fi, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But they had technology. They were able to build it. Big catastrophic
Events, yeah.
Something happens, boom, wipes off everybody. The only ones that survive, but see, but mine's a little different. I say the only ones that survive were like the dumb fools, right? The dumb folks. They're the only ones, hunter-gatherers and shit. So they had to start all over again. They started a whole new civilization.
Yeah.
They made the Egyptians, right? So they made another technology, added to whatever culture was there prior, added to it, and then they got wiped out. And the only ones that got survived were the dumb fools. And then they started all over again, started another civilization. And it kind of just evolves with that. So now each civilization turns into a different technology. But to us, it's like, oh, dude, they should never be able to do that because we don't know how to do that.
No, for sure. But I think that's where the transfer of knowledge comes into place. Survivors, you know what I mean? And this is where I believe not the Illuminati, the Freemasons, this is what they are. You know what I mean? Just in case some crazy cataclysmic event happens and nearly wipes out all humanity, you have a few survivors who are able to remind everybody exactly what we were capable of. And it's crazy because there's evidence that, you know, some very, you know, fucking, you know, technology existed even back then. The Baghdad battery, Antikythera fucking, you know, mechanism that was able to charter the stars and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, look how delved into they work the skies.
I mean, put it this
shit.
way: you're not going to build the pyramids if you're a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? That takes coordination, intelligence, fucking
technology.
Bro, that is fucking engineering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like shit.
To this day, they can't dig.
They don't even know how.
Yeah. When they put up pillars and shit, they're using like crazy amount of men and machines and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like shit.
A fucking machine.
There's examples of fucking some amazing shit. You know that. You know, supposedly these primitive people, you know, thousands of years ago that were able to do. The fucking Aztecs built a fucking city on a fucking lake. That takes brilliance in engineering. They were able to fucking farm in chinampas, bro, on the lake without soil. They figured out a way. You're telling me these people were primitive? Sure, they like to sacrifice people, but fucking look at the Catholic Church. You know what I'm saying? How many fucking people did they fucking kill?
Same thing, right?
During the Inquisition.
Sacrifice
and rape. You know what I mean? Like shit. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. This is what humans are, you know? We're not perfect fucking people. You know, we're not perfect. We're not a perfect species, but we're capable of fucking brilliance. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think little by little, I think people are starting to really piece together exactly what happened thousands of years ago. And my firm belief is that, you know, I think the Freemasons, and this happened in Egypt, you know, in terms of symbolism and all that stuff. Happened in Egypt. You know what I mean? We would put it this way, we would probably be a much more developed, you know, species, and we would know what happened, you know, in ancient times if it wasn't for the Romans who destroyed the fucking Library of Alexandria. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They destroyed it for a reason because they thought it was blasphemy. It's like, goes everything against, you know,
against our God.
You know, exactly. But my thing is, you know what I mean? It's just they destroyed what they didn't understand. You know what I mean? This was knowledge that was transferred for thousands of years. Even before that, we don't know what the Library of Alexandria held. It could have fucking it could have solidified. It could have said that Atlantis was real. What it gave you, you know, everything. We don't know because it was destroyed.
Okay, your birth records are fucking
everything. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know. Even and what's crazy is that a lot of stuff survived. A lot of like information survived from the Library of Alexandria, and it was sent to Constantinople. And then what happened then? Their library got destroyed. You know what I mean? It was suppression of knowledge. You know what I mean? And it's been happening for thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? And so
that's where I say it gets worse. Where it comes into the internet aspect. Because now no one reads books nowadays. Less and less people start to read less and less and less. Yeah. And now you kick in the fake news aspect and shit. So now you're able to take certain things away from certain people. Yeah. And you're not credible enough, so you're fake news. Yeah. Even though you're speaking the truth, right? You can have a whole fucking.
Yeah, but it just doesn't.
It doesn't fit the narrative. It doesn't fit.
What's that saying? Truth becomes subjective. So now truth becomes stranger than fiction. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, I don't believe that, even though it's the truth, because I don't like it. And it doesn't suit my narrative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trump supporters are fucking big time fucking examples of that. They can fucking show you this motherfucker saying some shit, grab him by the pussy. You know what I mean? Him being a scumbag. And it's like, that's not true. He's a good man. And you know what I mean? Like, and they want to, you know what I mean? It's like, they don't want to accept reality or some true shit.
And my thing is
they follow along with the narrative.
Parties now, though. That's
true now. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's getting so dangerous now because now it's both parties. Now both parties are in a political bubble. Like they don't hear the fucking the people talking about fuck lock them up or like taking down rallies. right? Like if someone a conservative speaker comes somewhere, they fucking the dams come in and they shut it all down.
Yeah.
Right. Like that might think is like okay.
No, but in
like
token case, you can say, I mean, every single time you have like a Black Lives Matter rally or some other shit, that shit gets shut down.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
You see those white supremacists, they get protected by the cops. You know what I'm saying? It's like that sets a dangerous precedent too.
What was it? But that was for the permits, right? Well, because a lot of the times,
no permits are not.
Because a lot of
and sometimes I feel like that's bullshit too.
See, but a lot of the times, let's be real. Like a lot of the white supremacist people or the conservatives, the Republicans, a lot of the times they try to do this. They put the forms in. A lot of the younger youth ones is more of a spontaneous. We're gonna be here. We're just gonna protest kind of thing, right? Like what was it? Daryl Davis when he was talking about that. Daryl Davis, the black dude, the black jazz player. They got a couple Nazi dudes to quit the Klan and shit.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. My thing is I like Daryl.
What I'm saying is that what he found, like I said, the Charleston thing, right? He said himself it was for it was a Nazi rally, right? It was a Nazi rally, but on the forums and shit, I forgot what it was. It's for like something completely fucking different.
Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't know about that.
Something completely fucking different. Basically, they find the loopholes to kind of get through all this stuff. That's why they end up getting the protection of shit because they make it legally legit.
Honestly, bro,
I'm not saying I agree with it.
Yeah, no.
But at the same time, in America, you have the right to do that.
Yeah,
shit.
this is how I feel. I feel like, bro, and this is no knowledge. You have white supremacists in law enforcement.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And you don't think that they're coordinating and helping these causes out? For sure. I mean, this is the Klan and all these white supremacists. They've been in law enforcement. They've been in politics. They've been involved. You know what I mean? For the longest time. You know what I mean? Especially in the South. You know what I mean? During the Jim Crow laws and stuff like that, cops used to fucking lynch innocent black guys. You know what I mean? I think some of the guys that were involved in the Emmett Till fucking murder were fucking cops, and that's you know what I mean. So let's be honest about here. You know what I mean? White supremacy. This is why they cater to nationalism. You know what I mean? And they cater more to with Blue Lives Matter. Don't get me wrong, all lives matter in a sense, but you don't really feel that way. You just say that because you want to suppress other voices here. You know what I mean? Because if you truly felt that way, then you would fucking say something about those children being locked up in fucking cages. You know what I'm saying? You just say that because it suits your fucking narrative. But you're practicing intellectual dishonesty here. Let's be honest here. This is the way I fucking feel. You know what I mean?
I would agree. I would agree that too. My only thing is when it comes to certain protests, right? And I've said it before.
Yeah.
Like,
no, but I see your point of view.
Once you put a race in between a protest, like it's like the Cuban thing with Kaepernick. It's the same thing. You say Black Lives Matter. So the Mexican dude comes out and says, "Well, my lives matter too." It was the same thing. Like I didn't like it. Like when the whole time when there was a lot of African Americans getting killed, right? I forgot who it was. One of them got killed. That same day, I think like 3 Hispanics got shot.
Yeah.
Not a fucking word. Not a word.
Yeah.
Not one word. I can feel certain.
That's not true because I saw a lot of things about that. You know what I mean?
Nah, see, but that's but you might be because you're I would consider you more of an activist, which you're pro that, right? So you look.
Yeah, I've been forced into that.
Yeah,
because I took a genuine interest into that.
Yeah, so but you get that information towards you. But I'm saying on a basic, no one who knows anything about it because take it for face value. How we're talking about face value, right? Yeah. So all I'm hearing on the face value is how only the Black Lives Matter, but then when I see dude, just Mexicans dudes got shot, and no one gives a fuck. It's not on TV. It's not even on fucking Telemundo and shit. You kind of thing. So it makes it. So when you hear that, the average folk be like, well, fuck. What about my people? That's what it makes it into a cause that it's only going to reach so high. It's only going to reach so high because you know what I mean.
My thing is like for example, like somebody like me, when Black Lives Matter, came out, I automatically fucking knew exactly what it was all about.
Yeah, you get it.
You know what I mean? And when we hit the term of intellectual dishonesty, and I think some people know what it's all about. You know what I mean? But it's like, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, all lives matter all of a sudden. And then they show you that they really don't give a fuck about other lives. You know what I'm saying? And with the Black Lives Matter, you know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of Chicanos or Hispanics, a part of that too, you know what I mean? And it was a coordinated, effort. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of hard to explain, but my thing was I saw plenty of that, you know what I mean? There was a lot of, how do you say, coordination between like Hispanics or even, like most, liberal whites, you know what I mean? Those are people that are able to empathize with other people as well. That's basically what it is, you know what I'm saying? So, but, it's just, like I said, I was able to differentiate that.
Yeah,
and I understood that movement. I'm Hispanic. I'm not black, but I understood exactly what that movement was all about. You know what I mean? And so, I guess it's my ability to empathize or understand, or maybe, that's just the way I am.
Yeah.
But I do feel like some people just, refuse. I think some people plainly refuse because
intentionally,
because they don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course, there is that.
For example, fucking Miles Garrett. You know what I'm saying? He just came out, and he said this before. You know the Miles Garrett, right?
Yeah.
How he hit
with the helmet.
What's his name? Kyle Rudolph. In the helmet.
Yeah.
And he's saying that Kyle Rudolph is he's called him the N-word.
Yeah.
That's why he got fucking pissed and hit him with a fucking helmet. That makes sense.
But I don't know. Or it could be you're fucking roided up, or you could be roided up and you get in the heat.
But my thing is, he's all right. Check this out. He's already served his sentence. You know what I'm saying?
But
so what use? No, my thing is, what use is it to continue that story?
But
just let it slide.
But he didn't use that story when
he
defending
did.
himself. When he told Goodell, he didn't tell Goodell that he went. It was my fault. I'm sorry. It was I intentionally. No, he pretty much gave the whole stint.
But
then after he doubled down.
But he said that he was instructed to do that. He was instructed because they said that was the best course of action. But that's not how he truly felt. That's why he's going. He's like, fuck that. After my suspension, he didn't get no. He brought this motherfucking call me the N-word. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fucking hit him, bro. People were attesting to Miles Garrett's fucking character. He's a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? He's like cool.
Yeah, see, but people are attesting to what's his name's character too.
But at the same time, it's like, but it's funny because they told the guy that was right next to him, the center, and he's like, I didn't hear anything. Get the fuck out of here. You were right next to him.
Well, all of them say that. All of them say that.
I'm just saying, it's fucking fishy as fuck.
I was watching ESPN, and they told one of the Colts defensive linemen or something, hey, you ever hear that kind of stuff? And he's like, dude, they all say that shit.
No, I know that. I know that. But
but he was like, no, I've said that stuff too. And he goes, no, not that though. Like he tried but he was saying like they all fucking say.
Bro,
something.
Honestly, I believe in
you don't think Richie Incognito was in the line not saying stupid shit?
Fuck yeah, and he at least got suspended.
He's not the only one though. Nah, but
at least got suspended.
Time, what I'm saying is that wasn't the first time and it wasn't the only time. I'm saying that's a constant. I guarantee that's a constant. These dudes are roided up fucking alpha males, fucking, you best believe they're saying, these for like country bred motherfuckers.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think that would come to light.
I don't know. But
Bradley Cooper,
so.
I mean, why do you think Bradley Cooper was, he was at a country concert. He thought it was safe to say the N-word.
Yeah, but then
he got caught in the fucking video.
Yeah, but then all the brothers on the team were like, yeah, that's my dude. That's my dude. It's cool. That's what I'm saying. But
Malcolm Jenkins is a real one. He didn't like it. He's like, fuck that fool. You know what I mean? Like, I never heard him say something like that. That's how he feels. Come see me. You know what I mean? But
I think it depends on who you hanging out. It's the crowd. Yeah. It's the crowd you're in. Because how the dudes from the team were like, that's my dude. That's cool.
I didn't hear about that about Riley, but Richie Incognito. You know what I mean? It's like, man, this fool's got there's something else going on. In that guy's mind. He's racist as fuck. He's a piece of shit. But you know what I mean? It's like you tend to realize like this guy might have some other issues involved. You know what I'm saying? Like shit.
That fool got.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I don't buy. All these fools are roided the fuck out.
I don't buy that Roseanne shit. I took Ambien and I taxed. You know what I mean?
She's crazy though.
Yeah, but fuck
she's legitimately
that.
crazy.
She's racist. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is though. I like the Roseanne show. You know what I mean? And I still watch it. You know what I mean? My thing is, my people. No. But I'll tell you what, we're humans. We make mistakes.
Dude, because I'll tell you this right now. I personally know Mexicans that are racist as fuck. And I know you do too.
Yeah, fucking. I'll tell you what.
I know
my uncles and my grandpa. Even though he was dark as fuck.
Okay, but I'm saying, but you can't. What I'm saying is, nowadays that turns into you should never speak to them.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? That's the scary part. You should never have a dialogue.
I'll tell you what. My mom raised me better than that. You know what I mean? My mom, is. What I am today and what people, view me today and what they see from me is a testament to my mom because my father passed away before I was born. You know what I mean? And so I didn't grow up without a father. I grew up with nothing but women. That doesn't mean I'm a punk because I whooped some motherfucking booty before I got sick. Ask anybody, you know what I'm saying? I was taught how to be a man from my mom. But my mom is from Mexico. She had a very, rough upbringing, you know what I mean? And so, she always wanted to make sure that I was a decent human being and show empathy for others. My mom has always been that way. My mom was always, helping others. Sometimes they took advantage of her, but my mom still kept that heart. And put it this way, that was indoctrinated, in my persona today, and I thank my mom. You know what I mean? And that's to this day. This is why I still have friends. People still trust me. You know what I mean? And I've always, I've always tried to conduct myself honestly. We're humans. We fuck up. You know what I mean? And I've adopted that in the way I think as well. You know what I mean? It's just like,
just to have that forgiveness and then.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Nowadays, people, when as soon as you fuck up, they want you. That's your it.
That's what I'm saying.
That person. Cancel culture is bullshit. No, I agree with that. 100%. It's like, bro, you know what I mean?
You're not the same person 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Except 5 years last year. You're not the same.
You know what I mean? Absolutely. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that cancel culture shit because we're all humans. Human nature is to fuck up. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying?
If you're not fucked up, you're not human.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So,
nobody's perfect.
But you can tell who's a sociopath and who's full of shit.
Yeah.
And those who, you know what I mean, that are just genuine fucking, that my bad, I fucked up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? There's so much going on. We're living in a very fucking particular time. Where, we have, like I said, access to information, videos, and all this other stuff. Yeah. And I think that
even though we have so much access, I think people that intelligence, that wanting to know, I don't know, like it's kind of mixed, right? Like, wow, fuck, who
they can get the best of us, for sure.
What is it? It's either you have an attention span of 3 hours or 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? There's nothing in between anymore. It's either there's people looking for all the knowledge. And then some people that don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Education or entertainment.
Yeah, like straight up, point blank. There is no in between. You know what I mean? And then, but the more I start to see social media, I guess I could change that because I would say that I was starting to believe that it was more going for the entertainment wise. I thought people were getting like.
Oh no, it is. Dumber. It is purely entertainment.
But I think people were going dumber. But now that I kind of see more, talking to people, right? Now that I kind of talk to more people. I kind of see that people are, they are thirsty for that knowledge to know more shit. People
are engaging still.
Yeah.
But no, for sure. It's funny that you say that because I think about that. I was like, shit, what was that one movie, Idiocracy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's, I think about that. I was like, fuck, that's actually happening today. Right. And I think room for objectivity is like slowly diminishing. Yeah. And I think that's, that is a mental ability that people are losing by the day. It's like, fuck, be objective here. You know what I mean? Like, shit. But I think people are more, inclined to just go what's part of their narrative. It's like, I want to believe what I want to believe and what I feel comfortable with. It's like.
And listen to that only.
Exactly.
When you do that, you're like, say you're in a certain group or something, and if you go against the group,
your group think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's like that tribal shit.
You get exiled from the group think, and now you don't want to. No one wants to be exiled, right? You don't want to get kicked out of the club. No one. That's the worst feeling ever. So So what do you do?
Look what happened with Mitt Romney. He went against Trump, and he got kicked out of the fucking conservative party.
Yeah, you get kicked out.
You know what I mean? That's a dangerous precedent that his fucking. You know what I mean? That he's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one wants to feel that. So what's the best option? Well, don't go against the
establishment, or this is what's gonna happen to you.
I've always thought, what happened to him? I've always thought that shit was like nobody knows who voted for who.
No, but my thing is,
so I'm like, oh shit.
Which it should be private, right? Honestly,
like even the UFC judges,
it should be private until after the vote, and then tell people who, because everything's in the name of transparency, right? Because you want to know. Because if I voted for Trump, right? Say I voted for Trump, and then Romney's over my state, and then he voted Trump out. I'm like, well, fuck you. I voted you in, and I wanted him in.
Yeah, that is indoctrination right there, man. So
that sucks, right? No, I'm saying, because you're voting for your people. I mean, you're voting for someone that you believe is
going to represent you. Yeah, but it's that tribe. It's a tribe mentality.
What I'm saying is, it should be that it's fucking
policy.
It's anonymous.
Yeah.
The vote is anonymous, right? So once the vote comes in, it's anonymous, and then after. Then it goes into this guy voted for this guy.
No, it's true. Yeah, exactly.
So then after the blowback is already after the shit's done, because right now you get the blowback before the vote even comes in. The vote comes in, they're already fuck you, shit. Like
Yeah, you want to keep him guessing. It's like who's against me, who's not, who's
you know what I mean.
And it's like, okay, you give people the honest option to vote how they truly feel.
The amnesty.
You know what I'm
part,
saying?
the
Exactly.
anonymous part.
Yeah.
And if later, a month later, then you put for.
They'll be like,
for
okay,
transparency.
yeah. Well, Mitt
this
Romney
guy-
voted against you when he has no more power to fucking do
to
something
do
about
anything
it.
for you now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Just
what I
for an
mean.
example,
Fucking brilliant,
I
dude.
just found
Should be
out
that's how it
Fucking
should
brilliant,
be.
yeah.
That Jones fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
No one knows who voted for who.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, I didn't even know that. Like, I thought they put that shit on blast, but they don't even know who went that third round.
What card? Yeah, because they know they don't want that person to get death threats.
That blowback.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
'cause dude, that fucking last guy he scored it at 49-46.
Dude, like what the
Fucking Jones, like what?
How did Jones?
But
win
that's why
fucking 4
Joe
rounds?
Rogan was pissed because he was like, you know what? They
This
get
is
these
ridiculous.
judges. They have no fucking, they have no experience. They shouldn't be here, And that's why I fuck with Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? Because in terms of like MMA, he tells it like it is. You know what I'm saying? Like
he tells
shit,
the
it's
truth.
true. And it's like you need guys like that. You need like, for example, you need these like talking heads or these, for example, like Joe Rogan's been involved in MMA for the longest time since the beginning, practically.
Yeah.
So he's been around. He knows what the sport needs. He understands the sport like no other. You know what I mean? This is why you need him as
He
like
knows the sport.
part of the commission, some sort of commission,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean. And so, basically, a commission that oversees a single sport. You know what I mean? Like talking heads, or like, how do you say, like brain heads. Listen to them because they know what's going on. You know what I mean? And then they can implement. How do you say, like a sports commission that's nationwide, not just state by state, because that's how it basically is. Right now, I feel like MMA can do so much in terms of revitalizing combat sports. Yeah. They can do a lot. They can, you know what I mean? Because mixed martial arts is a fairly new sport. It's been around for like 20 years, maybe 25 years. Boxing's been around for like 100 years. But it's still corrupted, still full of shit, you know what I mean? And it's like, boxing's really shooting itself in the foot. But MMA can learn from those mistakes and implement fucking rock solid rules that'll make sure that it ensures its viability for fucking years to come. You know what I'm saying?
Especially having like Rogan and Dana White's, because Dana White and Rogan came out, hey, this is bullshit, right?
Yeah, no, but sometimes Dana White's full of shit too.
Oh yeah, well, because he's still a promoter at the same. He's still money man,
exactly.
right? He's still. But
still
for him to
adheres-
come out and say the judges are fucked up, that
For
at least gives you the fan some kind of like some kind of comfort to know. Oh fuck, at least the owner's not saying.
He's not fully corrupted.
Yeah,
but,
he's not fully corrupted, right?
But yeah.
No,
But
see,
yeah.
maybe he's like, fuck, this is more
Yeah.
for him. It's more controversy. Next fight, there's money.
Yeah.
Always money.
For MMA, dude, I would seriously consider like Joe Rogan, fucking, Big John McCarthy. Now I'm gonna throw this guy in here because I think he's a really good promoter and honest.
Stephen A. Smith.
No.
No.
Scott fucking fuck no. Scott Coker, the guy from Bellator.
Okay. Yeah.
Who was the
He's
guy
good.
from
He's
Strike
good.
Force? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly,
What do you think about the Stephen A. shit?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. He's the only reason why he's there is because
It's just because he's the most.
and he's a
fucking
loudmouth.
watched-
Yeah, he's a
the most
loudmouth. You know
watched
what I mean?
guy.
He can just fucking be loud about anything.
But I think that's just the wrong
and
sport
it's
to do that,
intriguing,
bro.
right?
I just think that's the wrong sport to do it in. Because
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Like, say he talks shit to like say Nate Diaz, right? Like fucking
He's about to get slapped.
Nate Diaz fucking quit. He's a bitch, pretty much, right?
No, but let me tell you.
Diaz would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
You're gonna put it this way.
Check
You're gonna- If you're gonna say some stupid shit, you know what I mean. You're gonna fucking hear. You're gonna hear for it.
You're,
sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear from it. You're gonna like MMA. You have some of the most genuine, personas that you can come across. You know what I'm saying?
And not only
and
that,
some of them
but
are fake too. But like Nick Diaz and Nate Diaz, the Diaz brothers are as fucking real as it gets.
Or like
You know what I'm
Masvidal,
saying?
like say you talking shit about Masvidal.
Yeah, and
or you go and
exactly.
you say something stupid. Because, okay, like say boxing, right? Like boxing, I feel like you don't have to talk shit, but it's easier to get away with certain things because you only have two weapons.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? There's only two weapons. There's only so much you could count
For sure.
for. But with MMA, like, you could probably lose your life one time getting a knee to the head.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like the closest thing to going into war. I mean, personally, like two dudes,
Yeah,
anything goes, bro. Like this is the closest thing to war.
A street fight.
I would say, my bad.
And a cop. I mean, that's like the most intense shit.
If you wanted an ESPN analyst, you should have put Matt Kellerman out of anybody.
Yeah,
True.
out of everybody, yes.
No, for sure.
And he's not
Because
going
he
to
has-
downgrade a fighter.
No, absolutely. He has some combat sports experience.
Yeah.
And he's honest, bro. He's too honest for that. He'd be like, I don't know. I know about boxing,
Yeah.
but I don't know much
that-
about
you know what?
MMA.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I like
And I'm
Max
not going to
Kellerman
take the
because
heat.
he's because he's fucking.
I'm not gonna
He's
take
honest, bro. He's
and
honest.
Stephen A's like, I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, no. Stephen A. Smith, I think he kind of like sells out to like just entertainment.
Yeah.
value for sure. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
it's like, you're just saying that just
He knows where the
out
money's
because
at.
you want clickbait or you want this is what people expect from you.
But now I'm actually interested to see the next one with Rogan and this fool, because Rogan he's on it. Like he's saying like this dude shouldn't be commentating. Like there's already like three podcasts, 3 different people where he's like no this fool.
It's
this
true.
Fool, like no.
It's
like,
true.
He's talking shit. Like now I'm kind of like where even Stephen A had to go, well, like I'll come on your podcast. And then and who was it? Brendan Shaw was like, he just tried to do that to get on Rogan's podcast. But hey, don't.
Yeah.
He's like,
his motives are his motives are a little dicey.
He's like, no. He wants to
Even
be
though
on the show.
Brendan Schaub, don't get me wrong, you know what I mean?
I like Schaub.
I like Schaub. I like his podcast, but he's not a comedian. He's not a comedian.
I like Schaub. He's funny. He's
the only reason why he's a comedian is because it's fucking Rogan and fucking Diaz. You know what I'm saying?
He's stand is funny.
Bro, I'm funnier than him. Not playing.
If you do stand up, I'll judge you.
I've been trying. I gotta take a piss, bro. Like, can we take a piss?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we can keep going. Like, fucking, I gotta go pee.
Yeah, fucking, there's one more topic I did want to get with you, man, but now that I'm drawing blank over here. I think
Take your time. It's all good. I'm over here enjoying this drink. Thank you. Cheers. Hey.
Salud. Cheers, man. Yeah, dude, once again, thank you for coming on, dog. It's fucking... Yeah, man, but it wasn't for a lot of the people, man. So for the people out there that are watching this for this little segment right here, this dude's the one that brings on most of the guests, where I end up going through the music and checking all that shit out. And surprisingly, looking at that, I was telling this dude right here that I noticed in the music game that, speaking of technology, that has increased the fucking music game. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember before when people would record shit, even though they had skills and shit, it was just garbage. Like you wouldn't want to listen to it. You know what I mean? Like you would not want to listen to it.
Absolutely.
And now they could be garbage, and you can listen to it because the quality, the editing,
exactly,
everything's so good that you're just listening to something.
And it's funny.
It's the XFL.
It's funny because a lot of people like for example, like Young Thug, and I'm like, this motherfucker's trash. This fool sounds like somebody's grabbing his balls and he's fucking, like squeaking. But you can't mistake that fucking production quality. Those beats is like, took a lot of hair just to live this here lifestyle. You're just like, that fucking, it's that production. It's that beat that just like, fuck this fool. I'm just...
Yeah, because it could be any dude behind the mic at that point, and then now you just throw the beat, throw a little quality in there.
You know what I mean? So you can have some mediocre fucking fuckwat, behind a fucking sick ass beat, and it's gonna go. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what it is now, right? I mean,
honestly,
mainstream.
No,
the mainstream shit is pretty much...
We grew up in a different era, bro. We grew up in a different era where we know what fucking good lyricism is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Good hip hop. You know what I mean? And there's a balance between a good beat and the lyrics and the product that's being presented.
Because I'll admit, there's times where, like, say, who's a good example? A local Bay Area favorite, say Mac Dre, right? There's times where Mac Dre, he'll come on a song, his lyrics are on point, but his beats are whack.
But
he's fucking murdering the beat.
Bro, that's how special he was. Why do you think he stands the test of time?
Yeah, definitely. But what I'm saying is that, but imagine if he would have put that double quality into it. So he has the fucking lyrics
for
already,
sure.
So he throws in the beat.
Yeah.
There's some of them the beats are like, bro, this song was slap.
Imagine
your beat
fucking
wasn't
Mac
all there.
Dre today.
With with the technology, where he's just doing his own shit off of the iPhone, making his beats off of iPhone. You know what I mean? Like he'd be fucking killing the game.
For sure. If you think about it today, a lot of mainstream music today, I think they bit a lot of bass shit.
Oh yeah.
But here in the Bay Area, especially during the hype era, you remember that time during the hype era. What was the how do you say when you listen to a Bay beat or a Bay Area artist? What was the most? How do you say? What was obvious about that? It was the fucking bass.
The 808s.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're starting.
It's that short.
Let me tell you. And I've always been like I have a lot of cousins in Houston or in Texas for that matter. There's a difference between H-Town beats, Houston. I'm a big UGK fan. Pimp C. You know what I'm saying?
Here.
Pimp C and fucking Bump B. You know what I mean? you know, their beats were cool, but they didn't emphasize bass as much. You know what I mean? And same thing with like crunk. It was more like, you know, all these little.
They have their own division.
Yeah, all these little.
East Coast is the what the boom blap.
Yeah, exactly.
So so everyone has their own.
Yeah, no, New York is really, put it this way, they really emphasize on the lyrics. It was a cool beat, you know what I mean? But the lyrics is what you were intrigued with. Here in the Bay Area, you know what I'm saying? You had its own little swag. You had that boom, boom, you know what I mean? That shit that you can, you know, slump in your trunk, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what made the Bay Area sound.
Yeah.
And then when Mac Dre came in the scene, he was fucking witty as fuck, you know what I'm saying? And it's a damn shame that, you know, I still remember the day that he passed away. It's funny, I think it was my sophomore year. And early in the morning, my first period class was fucking wood shop. And I go in and I remember my boy fucking, what was his name? James, my boy James, he was in the Port of football team, little white boy. And I walk in and he sat right next to me. And hella cool dude, fucking. I walk in and I'm like half asleep and I'm like, I got boogers in my eyes and everything. He's like, hey, you hear what happened? Nah, what happened? Mac Dre died. What? I was like, wait a minute, you're gonna have to run that back. Who? Mac Dre died. Nah, you lying. Yeah, he just died. And it was the talk of Independence at that time was 4,000 students deep. 4,000. And I remember walking out of my first period class, that was what everybody was talking about. You hear Mac Dre died? You hear Mac Dre died? You hear Mac Dre died? I was like, fuck. Must be true. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I really couldn't hone in just exactly how much of an impact it made. You know? Until it was really confirmed, you know what I mean? And I was like, fuck. And yeah, so that was like shit. I remember that. That was something that I'll never forget. You know, because I remember we were supposed to go see Mac Dre in Modesto, and it broke down, and we ended up seeing the mob figures in Sunnyvale, and that's the first time I seen Jacka and Hustler and all that. You know what I mean? And for me, after Mac Dre passed away, the Jacka was everything for me. You know, an artist that I looked up to, and during that time when I was in high school, I was a part of a rap group called Most Skills, and that's where I met. I met Daniel, at Independence, and. The first time I heard him freestyle, you know what I mean? That was one of the most genuine, just straight off the bat, just talent, you know what I'm saying? Straight up talent. And I was like, man, this guy's with it, you know what I'm saying? Like the way he was able to just one after the other bars, you know what I'm saying? Just straight up from his head. Improv, fucking brilliance, you know what I mean? I was like, fuck, I was like, man, this is cool. And I remember my boy, my carnal, should I say, he's more like a brother to me. Angel, he was introduced to, this is before Most Skills, but he was introduced to Sammy. Sammy was cousins with William, and they formed like the little rap group. This is before Most Skills. They formed a little rap group, and then I remember Angel, sang on a beat, and I was like, fuck, whose studio are you going to? Like, what the fuck? Like, how does this happen? Angel was never a rapper, you know what I mean? But I was like, damn, Angel's got some bars. And I told him, I was like, shit, let me know what's up. Next time you go to the studio, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what I can do. And he took me to Sammy's house. Sammy, DJ Live. Be the Eats. I share his YouTube page where he goes to the best taco spots in the Bay Area. He went to LA. Shout out to DJ Live, Vida Eats. Follow him on Vida Eats on Instagram. Vida Eats, Vida Eats.
And he's fucking non-speaking.
Bro,
Spanish,
legit, one of the most talented. In terms of like video producing, all that stuff. Really good guy. Shout out to him. He gave me an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? He gave me my opportunity. Angel brought me, in a sense, Angel was the plug. Angel brought me to Sammy. Sammy had like a nice little setup. It's funny because he had like Fruity Loops. He had that that basic
software.
Yeah, software for beats. And then his little closet, which was hella small. You know what I mean? Like pretty much the width, the width of
is
my fat ass. You know what I mean? And then he had like a nice little setup. He had like a little fucking microphone like hanging from the top. He had a nice little setup. Him and his dad was he ran like a print shop. And he was he's smart, one of the smartest people I know. And he had like a little setup in that little closet. And then that's where we would fucking bust our flows and all that. And I remember I met him and he goes, yeah, just hit the booth. You know, go in there, see what you can spit. And I was in there fucking hustling flow style. just fucking hitting it, bro. And then he mixed and mastered it. And he was feeling it. It was cool, you know what I mean? Like, showed me love, and I'll always be, you know, forever grateful because it was a positive experience for me during that time. And I was like, shit. He's like, yeah, bro, if you know anybody else, that knows how to flow, or, maybe we can make a group. And right off the bat, I thought about Daniel. I was like, dude, if there's anybody, that needs to be in this fucking, will solidify us.
Started off, yeah.
But, you know what I mean? Like, who's talented. This is who he is. Yeah. Us, this is what the fuck, we're exposed to rap music and we think we're rappers.
We're talking shit.
But he was fucking born for this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I called up Daniel, you know what I mean? I hit him up. I was like, yo, I'm at a studio and I want to bring you over here so you can, you can fucking spit on the track. And Daniel has always been skeptical about everybody. He's I've been in studios before, bro, and nothing's ever came about it. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. I enjoy what I'm doing. And I was like, no. This is when we first met. You know what I mean? So he couldn't really gauge the kind of person I was. But I genuinely wanted to bring him on because this is where he belonged. And so I remember I was like, all right, bro, I'm going to go pick you up. So you better be ready. And he was at Flickinger Park. And I remember he was just there all skeptical. He's like, fuck this fool, he ain't going to come. And I remember I rolled up and he was like, oh shit, you serious? We picked him up. I took him to the studio and bam, the rest was history.
Is this him?
Got it.
I am Vida Eats?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There it is. That's my boy. Follow him. If you want to know where all the best taco spots are, you know what I'm saying? Hit him up. And if you put it this way, this guy's a very talented producer, video editor. If you got a video idea, if you want to shoot a video, hit him up. Send him a DM. Very talented. As well as my boy too, Dylan Sesko. I'm trying to get him on this podcast too if he ever has time.
Yeah,
but,
I contacted him.
Very talented as well. One of the most talented individuals that I know. And for sure, hit him up as well. If you might want to hit up his Instagram, something or the other tour. I think you're following him as well.
Yeah, I got him.
You watch those videos, bro?
Yeah, I watch them.
Bro, let me tell you, man, they're fun to watch.
That's cool. Yeah, he had that good content going and shit. I like it.
Yeah, but Dylan Sesko. Shout out to Dylan Sesko. Much love. And I met Dylan at Google Shopping Express, and one of the most genuine individuals that I know. And this was at the beginning of my sickness, bro, when I was still able to walk. You know what I mean? I used to come into work all, it was crazy. And like Dylan, had a genuine, had a heart towards me, you know what I mean? Like he generally felt bad, for my situation. And he would always help me, bro. He's like, you know what I mean? Like we'd go off, for lunch and he'd see me walking all gingerly, bro. And he would always walk by my side and conversate with me and always make sure that I was good, and help me whatever I needed. You know? To me, you know what I mean? That's everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when, I was young, going through that situation. And that's how I know, you know what I'm saying? This is why, I fucks with him so much. His energy is genuine, positive, and just one of the most, just a good person, one of the most genuine individuals I know. But he happens to be fucking talented as fuck. Watch his videos, let me tell you, you'd be sold, you know what I'm saying? Dylan Sesko, something or the other tour.
Yeah.
Something or other tour.
Yeah, they have a good shit. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, they have good shit. I was watching some of the shit the other day.
Yeah, for sure. He's got a podcast of his own. It's called The Humble Finessers. You know what I mean? And it's him and his boy, fucking funny, fucking good content. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we can get up on here as well. You know what I mean? And definitely, I think.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Contact him.
For sure.
You got any kind of rich for me, bro?
Yeah. Well, I just came across this earlier.
Yeah, man.
What do you guys think about this? You want to read it, Casper?
What is it?
Dwayne Wade's trans daughter Zaya, new gender identity since she was 3 years old. See, this is the kind of shit that makes conservatives look like they know what the fuck they're talking about when they talk shit about the liberals and how the liberals are fucking shit up, because they always point to this kind of shit. And this shit, I can't fuck with it, bro. Can't fuck with it. At 3 years old, you're gonna tell me your daughter knew her sexual identity? Come on, man.
Well, how do we know? You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, what do you mean? What the fuck? You were eating mud, bro, at 3 years old. All right, you fuck. I don't know.
Well, let me
bro.
tell you something. I met some 3-4-year-olds that have better mathematical skills than I do.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure she didn't know what to talk about. I'm gonna suck some dick. I'm gonna eat some fucking. I'm gonna eat some pussy.
No, dog.
I don't know, bro. 3 years old. That is way too young.
No. I can see where the issue is.
Way
It's like,
too
why are you bringing it to the forefront?
Why
is this an issue now?
to your no? But why is that an issue to your daughter? To your 3-year-old daughter? Like, my thing is like, I never met a 3-year-old that would come up to you
for sure.
and be like, I think I like dick, or I like this, or my gender's this. To even know what their gender, there could be a gender identity.
No, I agree with you. I can see where it's like, come on.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
Do you have an agenda, or what's the narrative here?
Yeah, that's my thing. It's more, that feels more like you're kind of going with the narrative already. You're kind of
Any quotes right here?
You're joining and shit. It was a process for us to sit down with our daughter and find out what she likes. See, so they sat down with a 3-year-old daughter and said, hey, how do you feel about your sexual preferences?
Okay, my thing is, somewhere down the line, she could be like, you know what? I don't want to be this no more. It is what it is.
Yeah, but now you put her on blast as a 3-year-old.
Well, see,
And which is fucked up on
this
its own.
is the times that we live in today.
That's my point.
You know
It's
what I'm saying?
fucked up.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. It's like, my thing is, look at when it comes to like gay marriage and all that stuff, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
What is it? What is it to us? Yeah. And my thing is, it's part of it's a part of freedom. Mm-hmm. Who are we to decide what's love is love? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why do I want?
I don't give a fuck what you're doing. You know who you love.
Well, see, me as an independent, liberal, fucking a libertarian, right? That's what I'd be more considered as.
Yeah.
I would say, why would I want in any marriage? Why do I want the government involved?
Exactly.
Straight.
Well, yeah.
Fucking gay, whatever it is, right?
My thing is, look
But
at
a 3-year-old.
regulation is necessary, but why regulate who the fuck people love?
No,
That has none of our fucking business.
Sure.
But at 3 years old?
But at 3 years old,
No,
that's
that
like,
shit okay. I don't know. I kind of understand. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about like adults.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let me tell you, I've got,
They can't even choose
I've
what
got
meal they
gay
eat.
and lesbian, nephews and nieces, bro. You know what I mean? And my mom is conservative. Like, and it's funny because my mom's like, "Ay, mija, yo te amo mucho, yo te amo, pero Jesus loves you, pero mija, reconsider." That's all she does.
Yeah.
But she gets out of the way. Her love for her grandchildren doesn't change.
Yeah.
It's just the ideology. But my thing is, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, look, we talk about freedom. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, the Second Amendment, everybody has the right to bear arms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So okay, we're like, okay, my thing is we should regulate what kind of weapons are available to the public. Semi-automatic weapons that fucking have mass capacities that can fucking wipe out, a lot of people. Well, that's just the way I believe. And I'm not saying I'm right. That's just what I believe. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? But I'm, at the same time, I understand it's like, this is part of the Second Amendment. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have the right to bear arms.
Yeah.
They have the right to bear arms. This is where I have to be like, okay, I suck it up. At the end of the day, this is what this is what it's all about.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing should be said about, for example, it's like, fucking, why should we have a say in who people love? Or what they decide, in their love life. I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you something. Some of the greatest fucking military leaders were faggots. Fuck, I shouldn't say that. My bad. I take that back. My bad.
I like it.
I take that back. We're gay. Homosexuals.
It's all right, man.
I'm drunk. Look it. I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I'm human.
Hey, I'll say it too. Facts. It's all right, brother. It's all right.
Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was homo.
All those dudes were gay.
He liked fucking guys.
All those dudes were gay.
But we respect guys like him, right?
Greeks and shit.
You know what I mean?
Were gay.
The Greeks are they participated in homosexuality big time.
They banged everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Spartans are fucking.
Whoa. Spartans are not gay, sir.
They were part of the Greek culture. They were homosexuals too.
According to 300, they weren't.
Fuck that shit.
According to Hollywood, they weren't.
All I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? This has been human nature for a long
Yeah,
time.
of course.
I'm not, but I'm just saying, other men have. You know what I mean? And this has been recorded.
I know some gay guys are probably whoop my ass.
Ancient Egypts, they fucking participated in fucking incest, brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? Like,
keep it in the blood.
Shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. But my thing is okay. There's a compromise here. There's a compromise. Here. You know what I mean? Let's fucking, all right. When we think about freedom, you know what I mean? Okay.
Well, the freedom. Well, here the freedom. The difference would be the transgender issue, right? The transgender issue would be me. I don't care if you're an adult and you want to transgender, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I guess the main issue is being able to be paid by taxpayer dollar. I think that's the bigger issue, right? Like if you want to get a transgender, for me, fuck it.
Why?
For me, fuck it.
Bro,
if you want to do it,
the
fuck
gay
it.
community pays taxes too.
That's what I'm saying. For me, fuck it. Do whatever as an adult.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro,
But if you're gonna try to feed that to say a child, now it turns into like you can't even have sex with that child. So why is it you're gonna feed her sexuality already?
look,
You know
bro,
what I'm saying? Like,
look,
so-
I'm not her parent. I'm not her parent. I'm not there. I'm not privy to what's going on. It's none of my business. And as it is, my thing is, what does that have to do with like the quality of life of me? You know what I'm
nothing
saying? It's not
at
like
all.
but I do understand. It's like, why the fuck are you gonna? Who cares? Nobody gives a fuck about this. Why are you gonna shove it down our throats? I see that's a narrative issue that I can see where you have an issue for. You know what I mean? And it's like, remember the last podcast we talked about a balance.
Yes.
There needs to be a balance in everything. A balance. It's like a balance of, okay, what's substantive? You know what I mean? Arguments or, like.
Or is it just bullshit? Like you
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
Yeah,
Or is it?
Yeah, like is
That
it?
I can tell it's like bullshit.
Yeah.
Who cares, D-Ray? We don't give a fuck about your
Yeah,
daughter's
yeah.
sexuality. What if not? You know what I mean? Or any of that. But my thing is, do we even know that Dwayne Wade even gave that consent? Because nowadays, fucking journalists and
doubt
media can say whatever the fuck about.
The sad part is that those are the parents, and they probably did give consent. That's that's the sad part. About
Okay,
it. Like kind of like
No,
what I mean?
I'm just saying.
Like,
though,
no,
you know
I
what mean?
totally
Like,
agree.
There should be other factors that we should
Oh,
consider
yeah.
before we fucking fully condemn something. But no, I see your point as well.
Because we're talking about
For sure.
indoctrination, right? So you're indoctrinating a
Yeah.
child. What's the
Yeah.
difference of me indoctrinating them to be a Klan member? It's or
no,
indoctrinating
for sure.
at a young age.
That's
you know
the
what I mean?
beauty of Daryl Davis too, because I watched that, and fuck it, you need another refill? Let's do it. I've been watching you the whole time.
I was waiting
I
for
was like, I'm ready for you to
this, bro.
finish. I was
And
like,
go. He's gonna play jump rope. He tagged me in.
Nah, jump rope.
He's like,
Just
tag
being
me in.
patient. I was like,
Tag me in.
Fucking
No,
A, dog.
definitely.
No, for sure. No. You know what? It's crazy, because we're like the yin and the yang. I feel like we're the yin and the yang of politics, or just
Yeah,
human
I mean,
thought.
I guess the human thought,
because
you can kind
there's
of say
times
that.
where you make a valid point, and there's times where I know
I know
make
you
a
make
valid
a
point
better
here
point.
too.
Yeah, no,
what I'm saying?
definitely.
So,
See, for me, because I agree with a lot of the stuff you say. I agree. I guess you could say, you believe horoscopes is my Gemini, bro. I could
Not necessarily,
I so do not.
I
believe
just
in
pick and
that.
choose what I like
so
about
do not believe in
those
that, bro. I
traits.
so do not believe in that. Hell, I don't 100%.
no, that's what I'm talking about. Narrative. I'll tell you what. When they say something negative about the Aries, it's like that's not true. But when they say some shit about
that's hella true.
The Aries are very flirtatious and they're like good looking.
Yeah, that's me.
Spot on.
That's hella me. That's hella me.
You're fucking right off the bat, and that's politics today.
Yeah, see, but for me, like I like being able to look at everything in two aspects.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude always makes fun of me because even something bad could happen.
Yeah.
Something legitimately, like, fucked up. And a lot of times, it could be something fucked up, something super real. I don't want to even say it, right? But it could be fucked up, and I can find, like, the good out of it.
Yeah.
Right, kind of thing, right? And he'll fucking Wayne will trip out. Like, this motherfucker always comes up with the other side, right? Which I think that's the main thing that you always have. There's two sides to it. There's always a good. There's always a bad.
Yeah.
There's never nothing that like. It just benefited them, that side of the party, and that's it. There's no other.
Yeah.
There's no other side to it, which is bullshit. Because every conversation, there's it's a double-edged sword.
No, for sure. That's tribalism. I think tribalism closes all doors for, objective talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for sure, you know what I mean. And that's both sides, right, left, up,
Everybody.
down.
Yeah, it's
give a
human,
fuck.
though, because everybody likes to be in a team.
Exactly.
Everybody wants to tell. Football
Exactly.
teams, fucking political teams,
Third.
work teams, fucking alcoholic teams,
Yep.
pothead teams.
Thank you.
No problem,
Thank you,
man.
sir.
Right.
My whole thing
Salute.
is,
Salute.
like, doesn't the brain stop growing till like 25 or that whole
25,
thing? I
yeah.
did hear about that.
Yeah, you're.
I don't know, my brain's- I'll tell you what, bro.
Your cerebral cortex.
You know what?
Fully developed until 25.
Before, I'll tell you what,
Why
man.
does a 3-year-old decide what?
She can't even decide what the fuck she wants to wear. You know, let her decide what gender she is.
Let me tell you, man. I'm going to keep it real. Before all this, before I got sick, I would rely more on my physical abilities than anything else.
Yeah,
I mean, of course, look, I'm
Naturally.
not saying I'm an idiot or nothing like
No,
that.
but naturally, right?
But you know what I mean, for sure. You know
Naturally,
what I mean?
think. Especially
You know, but
coming from
ever
strength.
since I lost my ability to to work or all this other stuff, I have all this time in the world. Now, you can decide to wall up in depression and fucking just be stagnant. Look, I'm stagnant physically, but mentally I'm always growing. And I want to make sure that it stays that way because that's the only way I can actually grow because physically it's not going to happen anymore. And sometimes I cave into my insecurities and I'm like, sometimes I'll like, post, like fucking, videos of me of what I was able to do physically, bro. And it's like, and I'm like, I just want to remind everybody who the fuck I was before this. Because some people who meet me now, they're just like, they see me as this, but I'm like, this is not who the fuck
There's
I was.
a lot more.
I didn't choose to be this. You know what I mean? But this is who the fuck I was before. You know what I mean? And that's my ego coming into play. My ego, this is what
Hardest
it
thing to
does.
break.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And that's been my biggest battle is my ego. You know what I mean? But I think about it. I was like, this, having a healthy dose of ego is okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it keeps you
You know what I
motivated.
mean? Yeah, because at the end of the day, it keeps me. It plays a factor in me keeping
Yeah.
afloat. You know what I mean?
It's positive.
And no, for sure. And I would like to say this for those that are battling mental struggles. You know what I mean? That are going through some shit, battling some mental things. You know what I mean? And just know that you're stronger than you think. You know what I mean? And you're capable. If I'm able to stay afloat despite everything that was taken from me, not by nobody's account, but maybe by my own or just life in general. This is the way life isn't fair. And believe me, I know all about it. Life is not fair. But you can make the best of things. You know what I'm saying? And you can keep yourself afloat. I will quote this, though, by Tyrion Lannister. You know what I mean? And this is why I love Game of Thrones. And this is why I love Tyrion Lannister because
Son of a bitch.
I fucking relate to his character so much. I relate to his character so much. You know what I'm saying? He says, death is so final. But life is filled with possibilities, and that is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Life, you don't know what life can bring. You don't know what life can come about, negative, positive, but you roll the dice. You know what I mean? You let it
Life's
play out.
nothing but a game. I was
You
fucking
know what I'm saying?
that.
You let it roll out. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you get your mic, brother?
Oh, shit. Oh, damn.
It's on your foot.
Shit. Probably fucking, oh, my bad.
You're good.
Anyways, hey, bro, let this
Nah,
this
it's
roll
good
out.
shit.
Don't edit it.
I like
Don't edit it.
I
Don't
like
edit it.
I like to every show that I'm not a professional.
Hey, hey, it's all good. Even the Joe Rogan podcast has fuck ups.
No. I like to show everybody this
Allegedly.
live and direct.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Nah, but you know what? And this is what it's all about. You know what I mean? And for sure, this is what I look at. I mean, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And I've always thought I was like, you know what? At least I can do. Positive in society is give my testimony and let people know that you're stronger than you think. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, fucking salud, homie.
brother, man.
Salud.
Shit.
That means we're not done. We're still talking because my right hasn't came yet.
Give another current event, man. God, you said that devil's dick, Wayne. What you making this bitch?
I told you guys.
Jesus.
Did you put a fucking roofie in here? No, I'm over here. Nah.
I already feel my thong coming off.
You got your fucking snowboard with you? Nah.
Shit.
There's a. Oh, you can go ahead and read it, Casper.
There's a president in Brazil that allows inmates to pedal stationary bicycles, providing electricity to a nearby city in exchange for reduced sentences. See, that's fucking brilliant, bro.
Jared Bolsonaro?
Why can't we do that? Why can't?
What do you guys think about
Do they get paid though?
No, they get reduced sentences.
That's true though, because we don't.
For
get
what?
nothing. So they ride a bicycle. The bicycle produces electricity for the nearby town,
Yeah.
and the longer they do that, I'm assuming it's by
Yeah.
time. And
Yeah.
the time gets reduced as a sentence,
The Green New Deal.
right?
Green New Deal.
But is that word for murderers?
Or just
I'm
anybody
pretty,
in jail?
I'm pretty sure if it's like non-violent, I would do that for like a non-violent offense, right? You don't want murder.
Yeah, but my thing is, you've got
I'm gonna kill this
you've got
motherfucker.
solar panels. That's why, bro. Let me tell you something.
Brazil's not gonna buy solar panels.
Fuck no. Not with Jair Bolsonaro and fucking that guy is fucking oligarch through and through. He's a Trump in Brazil. Anyways, all I'm saying is, my thing is, we can we can fucking transfer to fucking more sustainable energies. You know what I'm saying? It can be done, but the problem is that we depend so much on the fossil fuel industry.
We use it a lot.
No, true.
I belong to a company that's on electric.
Yeah, no, I got one of my remember Marquitos?
Yes.
Yeah, he's working in the oil fields in Texas, the fracking.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's all of it. It's funny because he's my boy. He's my brother. No, he's a brother to me. He's a carnal. He's a brother I never had, and I love him to death. And he just like recently, there's a difference between.
But he's a Republican.
No. There's a difference between. Okay, this is what I believe. Between education and influence. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So are you being influenced or are you being educated?
Right.
You know what I mean? He works in the fracking industry. And I get it. And I was like, fuck, bro, you know what I mean? This is, the Green New Deal would,
it's money.
Would pretty much, would pretty much, fucking put a hold on your,
You'll wipe that shit out.
For sure. But if you think about it, you know what I mean? Like environmentally, it has a
It's fucking shit up.
It's fucking shit up. Pretty obvious. But he's not going to vote against his own self-interest. Same thing like me too. I'm not going to vote against my own self-interest.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
nobody is.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I understand him and I understand his position. And that's the fucked up thing about politics. It's like shit, bro.
It puts you in a bind.
In a bind. You know what I mean? But I feel like the Green New Deal would, and it's true. You know what I mean? Well, this is how I feel. The Green New Deal also keeps in mind people that are in that industry. So you're able to transition, create new jobs and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? But put it this way: if somebody making a good living, you're not going to be able to fucking change their minds. You know what I mean? Like they're good. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, and especially my boy Marcos. You know what I mean? He's making a good living. Not only that though, he fucking lives in Acuña, Mexico. You know what I mean? His money stretches long.
Real good living.
Long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
This is why he supports Trump.
Yeah, because business.
Yeah, because it's a business thing. But my thing is like, it's crazy, bro. Because my thing is, I feel like majority of Trump supporters think that the reason why they vote for Trump is because it's good for business.
Yeah, well, a lot of people.
But in the long run, you know what I mean? Think about it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. We're just living in like some unprecedented times, bro. Where it's like, fuck. My thing is, and that's thinking about objectivity, because I understand where he's coming from. You know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck. Deep down, I'm like, dude, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to feed your family. You got to feed your family. You got to feed. You know what I mean? Because he has kids, wife. You know what I mean? And it's like, it would be hard for me to tell you to vote against your own self-interest. Because I think that's my right.
That's you, brother, man?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, shit. We'll wrap this shit up.
Yeah. No, for sure. But
man. We'll leave that one there and fucking.
Hey, next time.
Through.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hit this up even longer. Don't even trip.
For sure, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, bro.
Salud,
bro.
thank
Thanks
you.
for coming
Thank
on,
you.
man. Definitely.
You want to say one more thing?
Yeah, let them know where they reach you at and
right
shit.
Here. Put it this way. Follow my gaming page, _GC. We're an up and coming esports team that we're trying to represent, the Bay Area. So hopefully by the end of the year we're gonna be solidified. But and then you can follow me at Pancho Del Sancho. And don't even worry about that. Just follow my page.
Oh man,
All right,
cut and print.
For sure.